as we get ready for the first event on the day 3 of the INSPORTS Primary School Track and Field Championships. And that's the girls class 1, 200 meters. Record here is 25.21 seconds, held by Kalisha Malcolm. That was done back in 2000. And in terms of that time, though, I don't think many persons may not be challenged on the day. But one thing we can say, though, Keelia Smith from Greater Portmore, she is in 1. Clara Williams of Holy Rosary is in 2. Kiana Parker of Mountainside in 3. Trisha-Ann Grant, Greater Portmore, in 4. You have Kayla Sina from License in 5. Ashley Barrett of St. Richard's in 6. You have Satchwell from Coronelli is in lane 7. And Tracy Ann Evans of Spanish Town is in lane 8. This is the girls class 1, 200 meters final. You have to look out for Grant of Greater Portmore. She had a time of 28.35 seconds, advancing in lane 6 at a time 28.41. In terms of times, they're bunched together in terms of times, though. You don't see anyone separating themselves in terms of times. And get ready for the final. Joshana McGowan is getting ready also, but in a feminine way. It's not an app.
Extremely exciting to see what to come. The 200 meters, especially class 2. I heard you talking about me, when I was on the way here, specifically about Johnson of Exchange Primary. But I think that the athletes, that based on how we saw them in the shorter sprints, the 100 and even the 300 meters, it's telling, I think, as to what to come in the 200 meters.
Well, guess what? This is not the stadium we experienced for the last 2 days, so this stadium is jam-packed. It is jam-packed, so you're going to hear a lot of noise in the stadium. So again, the lane assignment for the first final on the track. The second final on the day. The first is a long jump for girls open. So Smith of Greater Portmore in 1. Williams of Holy Rosary in 2. Parker, Mountainside in 3. Grant, Greater Portmore in 4. Cena of License in 5. Barrett of St. Richard's in 6. Satchwell of Coronelli is in 7. And Evans of Spanish Town is in lane 8. One from St. Richard's, Spanish Town, Coronelli, Mountainside, Holy Rosary. And the noise in the stadium have to die down for the start of the girls class 1, 200 meters final. Trish, would you be nervous?
Oh, certainly. You made mention about it again, and we can't, I think, say it enough. The 2-year absence of the championships. Watching these performances from these athletes, I think this is the first time for some of them inside the National Stadium over the 2 years. So a little nerves along with wanting to do well.
Well, athletes on their marks for the start of the girls' class 1, 200 meters. Smith, Williams, Parker, Grant, Senior, Barrett, Satchwell, and Evans. Seems like Parker of Mountainside not happy at all. She got up. She's in lane 3. Wearing full red. She wasn't happy at all, so I don't know if it's the noise from the grandstand is carrying over to the 200 meter start. Now the officials is speaking to the athletes. Let's having a word with them. What do you think he could be saying?
Yeah.
I know he's not saying that.
No, he certainly isn't. Again, just giving instructions because like you asked, would you be nervous? So just might be a few jitters, with wanting to win. Hopefully nobody jumps the gun. But interesting, I think just overall it should be interesting.
Athletes standing behind their blocks. And the officials now giving the instructions for the athletes to go on their marks. Again, Smith in 1, Williams in 2, Parker 3, Grant 4, Senior 5, Barrett 6, Satchwell 7, and Evans in lane 8. The gun has set them away. Brilliant start this from Greater Portmore's Grant. At the outside of Grant is Cedar from License in lane 5. Now moving well in lane 2 is Williams of Holy Rosie. Williams of Holy Rosie carries the field in the home stretch. Williams having a slight advantage. Moving well of Cedar of License. But here comes Cedar of License. She moves past Williams of Holy Rosie. Williams of Cedar of License in lane 5 will take it ahead of Grant of Greater Portmore. In third should be Williams. So Cedar of License take it in a time of 28.20 seconds. 28.20. Grant is second, 28.80, and Williams is third, 28.87 seconds. The top 3, gold, silver, and bronze in the girls' class 1. This is the 200 meters.
Brilliant sprinting from Senior. I think she got out very well. And just especially with it being this windy and the wind blowing to the faces. And again, I have to applaud the coaches. I have to applaud the athletes, Sean, for being so young, following the instructions. She tucked that chin all the way to her chest and drove to the line, which is what is needed to battle the wind coming home. So beautiful sprinting at this stage. And I think the time also a reflection of what we have been talking about, the 2-year absence, along with the conditions with the wind inside the stadium.
Well, the wind gauge says -1 as an athlete pulled up in that event. I think it was Bard of St. Richards. She'll be stretched off, or shall I say wheelchaired off the track. Get ready for the second final. The 200 meters class 1 boys, a record held by Christopher Taylor. 24.02 seconds. In lane 1, you have Andre Boyd of Spanish Town, qualified with a time, 26.15 seconds. Sanjay Carter of Maxfield in lane 2, 27.10. In 3, you have Nicole Watson of Greater Portmore, 26.90. In 4, Mario Ross of License, 25.69 seconds. Dwayne Sharp of Waterford is in 5, 26.52 seconds. You have Kelvin Brown of Nagahead in 6, 26.08. You have Senior of Mona Heights in 7, 27.66. And in lane 8, you have Antoine Reed of Jericho, 27.10 seconds. You spoke about one particular person, a man that can rise with Ross. Mario is his first name.
Yeah, I love Mario Ross. I think he, with him being in class 1, Sean, maybe looking to leave primary school, I think the program that he goes into, the coach will have some work to do, but I don't think it will be much to be corrected. The chin, the minute he comes on the straightaway, I think you'll see the head, goes all the way looking in the air. So the head goes back and the chin, the face, everything goes up in the air looking at the sky. If he can correct that, along with other formation, he'll be fine. But good athlete based on what I've seen over the last 2 days. Also an interesting athlete from Greater Portmore, Nicole Watson, looked good yesterday in the 300 meters. So I think overall this race should be good. Senior of Mona Heights, all the boys, based on how they would have competed the last 2 days, should make it good.
Boyd, Carty, Watson, Ross, Sharp, Brown, Cena, and Reed. Brilliant start. That is in lane 5. It looks to be Sharp of Waterford. Sharp of Waterford trying to carry the field in the home stretch. But in lane 3 is Watts of Greater Portmore. He has work to do. So to Ross of License. Here comes Ross of License. Chin in the air. It's Ross of License. He holds on his head and fights the breeze. It's going to be Ross of License taking the top spot ahead of Sharp of Waterford. 26.47 seconds for this young man, the favorite from License, Mario Ross. 26.47 is the flash time to Shana.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about the win for him. The wind reading a -4.1, so it's telling the kind of conditions the boys and girls having to compete in. 26.45 the time given, the record by Christopher Taylor back in 2012, 24.02. So these boys are way off based on the time, but it's telling, like I said, 2 years of no competition. 2 years of no running because many would have been out of school because of the pandemic. But when you look at Mario coming through again, coming from behind, he came off that 100 meters behind of Waterford, and just having to dig deep to find that victory run that he did. The technique changed a bit. So the head was back a little bit, then he realized it was way too windy. It was extremely windy, the wind hit, and then he maybe remembered the proper way is to drop that chin, tuck the chin in, tuck the arms closer and drive home. So good sprinting once again from Ross, double gold medalist.
Yeah, so Ross, Sharp and Boyd, gold, silver and bronze. Sharp from Waterford and Boyd from Spanish Town. We're ready now for Trishana's feature event. The girls class 2 200 meters final. Record here is 26.60 seconds, set by Rosalie Cooper. That was back in 2012. The name one, you have Nakora Nelson from Windward Road, qualified at the time of 29.61. Now Renee Lewis of Mountainside is in 2, 29.69. Anelia Grant of Corinali is in 3, 28.90. Now Texera Johnson of Exchange is in 4, 27.85 seconds. Adriana Harris from Seaforth is in 5, 28.37. Chelsea and Samuels from Halfway Tree is in 6, 28.45. Jamila Alves of Spanish Town is in 7, 29.95. And Nika Shea Groves from Greater Portmore is in 8, 29.71. Athletes on their marks. The girls class 2, this is the 200 meters final. Gunn has sent them away. All eyes is on Johnson in lane 4. On the outside of Johnson is Harris of Seaforth. Now Johnson goes into another gear and leaves Harris of Seaforth. Samuels of Tree, Alves of Spanish Town, and goes to Portmore. This young lady, Johnson of Exchange, searching for her second gold medal after cupping the 300 meters yesterday. Is Johnson of Exchange going towards the line, bouncing, facing the breeze. She goes across the line, stopping the clock. 27.52 seconds for Texera Johnson. Then in the gold medal, 27.52 is the flash time. This young lady from Exchange taking the gold. Texera Johnson, the flash time is 27.52. The official time not on the board just as yet, but outstanding sprinting, well-timed event from Texera Johnson.
Yeah, no surprise I think at this point about her capabilities. The record set by Rosalie Cooper back in 2012, 26.60. Inside the stadium, the boys just ran class 1. It was a minus 4.1. The wind now minus 2.8. So like I said, the athletes, these young athletes having to battle the windy conditions, the sun hot, but they're getting the job done and doing so in a beautiful fashion. So she's now double gold medalist for Exchange Primary and such a phenomenon. You know, I think that going forward, she's only class 2, but she should land, or I hope she will land in the right hands so we can see greater success for her.
Well, the next event on the track is the boys class 2. This is the 200 meters, and we just witnessed class 2 girls, which was won by Johnson, Texera Johnson, who was winning her second gold medal of the championship after copying the 300 meters yesterday. Guess what? Elena Simons for this event. The record held by Jazeel Murphy, though, back in 2006, 25.86 seconds. There's Dan McClarty from Greater Portmore. He's in 1 with a time of 28.59 seconds. You have Jaquain Williams of Halfway Tree is in 2, 28.82. In lane 3, Dane Noble of Nagahead, 29.35 seconds. Anika Henchwood. Oh, I was told by a coach yesterday that Henchwood won a gold medal back in the Caribbean Games in 2002. So that name is not that rare, as I stated before. But Holy Rosary, though, 26.75 seconds. Justin McCoy of Greater Portmore, 29.00. You have Morgan, first name Tyler of St. Richard's, in 6, 27.14. And then Dejani Josephs of St. Jude's in 7, 30.27 seconds. And in lane 8, you have Jonah Lewis from Crescent, 29.11 seconds. The favorite here to get with the gold is Henchwood of Holy Rosary. He had a time of 26.75 seconds. Your thoughts?
I think Inchelwood should do well. His name is standing out to us for a reason, and let us see. Hopefully he will continue in good fashion. McCoy of Greater Portmore also one to look out for. He will go out in lane 5. So should be good running, Sean, from these boys.
You have to look out also in lane 7 or lane 6, pardon me. Tyler Morgan of St. Richards. He looked good in qualifying for the final. Clocked 27.14 seconds in his semi-final. So he looks good. And I'm just looking at the athletes though. I don't see Helchwood. He should have been in lane 4. And be confused though. Lanes 1, 2, 3 filled. 5, 6, 7, 8. So Hencherwood is missing in action. So the favorite, I don't know if he's there or not, but that lane is missing at the present time.
A number of the boys missing from this one. I'm not sure what would have resulted. Maybe a few cramps or coming in late. Hopefully it wasn't a case of them arriving to the stadium late, Sean, because they got off to a late start, 1 hour and a few minutes late. So let us see once the starter is ready or what's happening. We are seeing the starter at the moment with one of the boys.
Maybe he's feeling a little bit of discomfort. That should be Hencherwood. From what I'm seeing though, from my vantage point, and he's walking away. It doesn't look like he's going to compete, or is he? I don't know. And at this age though, you can't be harsh, you can't be black and white with these athletes. So you have to have a little care and patience with some of them as the athletes went and sitting down on the cycle track.
Yeah, I'm not sure what would have resulted into that because we're not seeing, it was not a false start. So I'm not sure what would have resulted into him being asked to leave the track.
So I don't know if he's been asked to leave the track or what. I don't know that, but it's a bit confusing though, because our eyes was concentrated more so at the 200 meters finish. I know that it couldn't be a false start. We didn't miss that at all.
Okay, so I think they're in the process of trying to rectify what would have caused. Not sure if it's injury, disciplinary, nerves. But I'm now seeing, I think someone maybe from the school that have gone over to the athlete, and the starter now standing also on the track. So I think they're just trying to rectify the situation as best as possible.
But in the meantime, the next event after this though will be the 150 meters for class 3 girls and the class 3 boys, pardon me. That'll be the next event after the 200 meters. And the athlete now being asked to go into his lane. So we don't know what transpired there, but that's Hencherwood being asked to go into his lane. He is in lane 4. So I can't tell you from our vantage point what happened. I think one of the representatives of the school went and had a word with him. And the starter now going back to the rostrum, that's Mr. Reese. Hoping he's okay though. I was watching him back last evening though, on Track Alert, and Mr. Reese, I'm going to tell you that later on. But all 8 competitors are there for the boys class 2. This is the 200 meters. A reminder of the names and lanes. McLeod, Greater Portmore, 1 Williams, Alpha 3, 2 Noble, Nagahead 3, Hencherwood from Holy Rosary is in 4, McCoy from Greater Portmore is in 5, Morgan, St. Richard 6, Joseph, St. Jude 7, Lewis, Crescent in lane 8, and Hencherwood has gone past McCoy, is outside, and Morgan, and looks for Joseph and Lewis. Now the young man in lane 4, Hencherwood, who was sitting on the cycle track a short while ago, he is in front. On the outside of Hencherwood is Morgan of St. Richard. We spoke about those 2 athletes, Morgan of St. Richard fighting, but Hencherwood on the inside and Morgan on the outside. It's going to be Morgan and Hencherwood. It's close. I think Hencherwood got it ahead of Morgan. 27.06 seconds. Hencherwood in lane 4. I think got the better of Morgan of St. Richards. It's Morgan getting it. Well, I'm wrong. Morgan getting the gold, 27.09. Henshaw with the silver, 27.11 seconds. And the bronze will be going to, I'll tell you, in a very short while. But it was close between the two, Morgan and Henshaw with 27.09, 27.11. And Lewin finishes third, 28.27 seconds.
Good running. I think that when you looked at, like you said, even if you go back and you were to watch that race, Enshelwood of Holy Rose, he came up on the shoulders so quickly of McCoy and Morgan. But Morgan being able to gauge him, and like I said, it's extremely windy. And when you look at the frame of also Enshelwood and a lot of these young boys, can be a lot to navigate in this wind. But nonetheless, a strong finish to get the win ahead of Enshelwood. Very close though towards the end, and I think had Enshelwood just bid his time a bit with his dipping at the line, maybe he would have gotten victory, or could have had a tie.
If you have a negative wind and blowing, especially strong -3, -4, the stronger athlete will be the one that has a slight advantage to go through in terms of density. Yeah, because the frame is important to fight the wind. And if you look at the two athletes, one from St. Richard's, Morgan, is a bigger individual more so than Henshaw. Henshaw is windy. I mean, he's fast, but he has no meat in his body.
Yeah, his frame is much smaller. And like I said, yes, they are running through it. They're able to run through the excessive winds. It was a -2.1 wind just now. So while they're able to navigate through it, it doesn't take away from the body structure that is needed to help you propel. And I thought that Morgan had that more than Enshelwood in terms of the body structure.
I think you're absolutely correct, though. Absolutely correct for that statement. So we're moving from the 200 meters final to the 150 meters final. That should be girls class 3. Record here is 20.09 seconds, held by Rosalie Cooper. That was done back in 2011. And the medal being handed out to respective athletes. So I may be drowned out with the horns being blowing inside of the National Stadium, because a lot of spectators are in the stadium for this final day. We did not have a lot on the opening day. We had a good amount yesterday, but today they are here in their numbers.
Oh yes, there certainly are. No surprises. It has always been like this. Even during my years of competing.
What? Year what?
97, 98. I'm an old woman,
I thought you said you're decades.
But you find that parents, a lot of the parents, especially some of those, who depending might not be office workers. They're what you call that. They're not from the formal sector. They're from the informal sector of work. Some of them. So you find that the informal sector maybe would have been able to turn out for a couple of days. Yesterday and Thursday, others now getting the chance to do so. No work today for some, and they've made the sacrifice to be out of bed and here to support their kids and the school itself.
Well, guess what? We're waiting the start of the 150 meters though. But I was watching my track alert yesterday, last night, and note, oh my, the comments.
Yeah, Jamaicans.
The comments can be harsh sometimes, which I don't mind, to be honest. If you're harsh with me, I don't mind at all.
I tell people you have to be careful of the skin you have. And in 2022, thick skin.
Yeah.
My opinion is, once someone is not being abusive with their choice of words, or threatening harm on anyone, I think that allow people to respectfully say their part. And voice their disappointment of something.
Yeah, opinion.
We all can't see things the same way and react the same way.
That is true.
So allow each to speak their mind.
But most comments were they are thankful that they were getting a chance to watch this, because it's not a norm.
No, and that I'm happy about, and really pleased to know that there are fans out there locked into the stream who are elated to see that. And I had some of those comments similarly when I did the ISO schoolgirl netball final against Homewood Technical and Manchester High. You know, you had never had a schoolgirl netball competition live stream or even televised live final. So I think that, you know, coming out of the pandemic, I'm happy to see that Track Alerts and others, you know, ISO and other sporting disciplines are looking to venture into that avenue, so that those far and wide who, you know, who are not able to attend an event can watch, whether they have someone competing or not. There are people who love sports so much, and they'll be locked in.
That is true. That is true. So the next event, the girls 150 meters, class 3. Chamara Lee from Seaforth is in 1. Demesia Baxter from License is in 2. Philippa James of Kensington in 3. Rihanna Gale from Woodlands in 4. Adriana Palmer from Greater Portmore in 5. Kiana Constable from Windward Road in 6. Shanice Williams, Greater Portmore in 7. And Kelly Johnson from Rock Hall is in lane 8. You have to look for Gale. Rihanna is her first name from Woodlands. Had a time of 21.98 seconds. 2.13 was Constable of Windward Road. So the athletes being brought out on the track. And most of the athletes in class 3 don't use blocks. So they go on their marks for the start of the girls 150 meters, all finals. We had 23 yesterday. Gunn has sent them away. Great start from Constable of Windward Road. On the outside in lane 8 is Johnson of Rock Hall. Moving well on the inside is Baxter of License. Now moving through now. Looks to be Constable of Windward Road. Also it is Rihanna Gale of Woodlands. This looks to me it's going well. It's Rihanna Gale of Woodlands. Rihanna Gale of Woodlands takes the head of Windward Road's Constable in second. And Baxter finishes third. For the favorite, Rihanna Gale of Woodlands taking the gold, 22.50 seconds for Rihanna Gale. In second from Windward Road is Kiana Constable. Her time not on the board just yet, but Constable is second, 22.50 for Gale. Constable's time is 22.84 seconds. And Demesia Baxter from License is third. Well, they gave it to Johnson. Johnson third, 23.06.
Yeah, not bad running from the youngsters. Pleased to see their effort, and I'm sure their main objective would, a lot of them wanting to be on the podium and also contributing points. I don't think though at class 3 or class 4 they totally understand the meaning of contributing points to your school, but the efforts are there and the job is being done. I'm just happy to see, like I said, how well they're managing themselves.
The boys 150 meters, class 3. So in lane 1, Jaden Clark of Crescent, 22.14 seconds was his qualifying time. Daneria Williams of Mona Heights is in 2, 22.63. Veron Graham of Clancarthy in 3, 22.54. Khalil Raymond of License in 4, 21.64 seconds. In 5, you have Jordan Fenton of Spanish Town, 21.71 seconds. Shadane Gale is in 6 from License, 21.82. Dwayne Oakley from Greater Port, 9.3 seconds. The final, Trish. License, Raymond is the favorite, but Fenton of Spanish Town will prove a tough challenge for this young man. Fenton is in 5, Raymond is in 4.
Should be good. I think applaud that, because a lot of these athletes and the schools were not able to have training sessions for the last 2 years. Many just started attending school when school reopened last year, or more so this year, January, because some schools did not have the luxury of having the necessary equipment needed by the government to have school open, whether it be sanitization station, etc. So for the coaches to get these young boys and girls, Sean, to be competing like this, I'm sure those who are viewing, looking at the times, are not too perturbed by the times, because they're aware of all that would have transpired. But I'm sure like them and myself and others out there, we're just happy to see and get the chance to witness these athletes competing. And these Class 3 boys, I'm sure, looking forward to continue to add glory to their school, whether it be through a medal or points.
Time will tell on that though. But in terms of likes and what they were trying to do, as we look over in lane 8, they're putting the marker down for the 150 meters. They're using a tape over in lane 8. That's where Miller from Spanish Town is.
So they tape the lane, so the boys and the girls are able to go on when they go on your marks. Their hands are behind the line because it doesn't have a mark out like that of the 100 meters or the 400 meters. So they and the 200 as well. So they have to put the tape so that all boys and girls' hands are able to sort that part out.
Extreme windy inside the National Stadium. Getting ready for this 150 meters. Clark in 1, Williams in 2, Graham in 3, Raymond in 4, Fenton 5, Gale in 6, Oakley in 7, and Miller in lane 8. And I thought they were ready, but seems like they are not. Great start it is by Oakley of Greater Portmore. He's in lane 7. On the inside of Oakley is Gale and Fenton. Fenton of Spanish Town doing well, but over in lane 4 is Raymond of License. In front of Raymond is Fenton of Spanish Town. Fenton of Spanish Town is moving away from the rest of the field. The man from Spanish Town, Fenton, goes towards the line and takes the top spot. 21.62 seconds. This for Fenton of Spanish Town, of Raymond and Gale. Gale finisher is in second, 21.94 seconds for Gale of License. And in third, you have Raymond of License, 22.05 seconds.
Good running, sprinting there from Fenton, Jordan Fenton. He really almost covered. They're so small in size, almost covered the shoulders of those in front, and just making sure to dig deep for that win. Really gutsy performance from him. The parents are happy, and so are the teachers and all others inside the stadium. Love to see the energy and to match all the vibes that's inside the stadium. So good running for the Class 3 boys, and remember those boys, they go from ages 9 to 10 years old, and 21.64. Really a decent time, like I said, considering all things.
Well, the next event on the track is a girls 70 meters hurdles open, and that will be an interesting race. Mountain sides. Sabrina Horton comes in as a favorite, just as yet.
Event 12.
As in terms of this event, should have started at 12:30. What time is it? No, so we have a long wait for the start though. So the 70 meters hurdles is scheduled to start at 12:30, Trishana. So we have a long wait, maybe half an hour.
Event 31, girls class 4 60 meter dash.
This event has lived up to expectations, so just a reminder of what the government has done so far. And I use the term so far though, because if you win the regional, you get over $200,000 for winning the regional. However, the big shebang right here, the All Island, and between 4th and 10th, you get $100,000 for placing in between 4th and 10th. Now, you can go home with at least $750,000 because you can win a regional and win the All Island.
Yeah, I think it's good money, for these schools. We spoke about it yesterday regarding the preparatory and the primary school, the difference between, the funding for it, sponsorship as well. So I think that a lot of these schools, are looking forward to that purse money, whether it be for the winnings or for those who maybe finish within the top 4 or top 5 that will be programs, because they do participate as well in the little leagues or the football and other competitions that takes place. So I think that it's really good incentive from
here in terms of myself and Trishana. And we'll be back about 5 minutes or so before the start of the 70 meters hurdles, which is scheduled to get on the way at 12:30 this afternoon.
Running out of lane 4 to the Clayton of Westmoreland. On the outside, Briana Williams of St. Catherine. Westmoreland and St. Catherine. A very close effort there, but it looks like Tina Clayton of Westmoreland from Briana Williams of St. Catherine. Girls 100 meter dash on the 11th, fronted by Teach Foster College.
The nation's top primary school athletes will be on show this May at the 2022 INSPORTS Junior Boys and Girls Athletics Championships from May 26 to 28 in South National Stadium. 3 days of intense competition, brilliant performances, and non-stop action from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. Close to 1,000 athletes from almost 50 schools will battle for the right to be called national champions. Admission is free. So come out in your colors and cheer on the athletes on their way to glory. May
3. I am so happy. We have a second shelter that is ready to accept our women and their children who have had abusive situations, and we need to move them from that kind of situation into a shelter.
The environment is quite therapeutic. It is evident that this is a place to heal.
It's exactly the type of place you'd go to, I think, if your soul needed a rest as well as your body. So I think they've done a remarkable job, really thoughtful, thought about, quiet spaces, family spaces.
The shelters are important in terms of providing an option. But someone can go, they can be safe, and they can start to put their lives back together.
We are doing something about
It's an INSPORTS track and field, the championships, as we took a break a short while ago regarding, there was a, let's just say a 25-minute break between the last event, the 150 meters, and the next event on track, the 70 meters hurdles. And that is Girls Open. Sean Grant alongside Shoshana McGowan. A special good day to you.
At top is Greater Portmore on 148 points. So License are in second on 124. So let us see with the other events to come if that gap will be closed by License. They're down only by 24 points. So let us see how quickly, if any at all, if it will change based on the number of athletes in the finals to come.
Well, the record room stated that they're going to give us the point standings very soon, in the next 5 minutes or so. But the next event on track is the girls' 70 meters hurdles open. And in lane 1, you have Simone Campbell from Mona Heights, 12.71 seconds. Amelia Paisley from Greater Portmore is in 2, 12.97. Zaluka Davis from Woodward Road, 13.39. And she's in 3. In 4, you have Sabrina Horton from Mountainside, 12.35 seconds. We saw somebody asking about Mountainside earlier on. Lashana Sutherland from Mona is in 5, 13.19. Ariana Thomas from License is in 6, 12.60. In 7, Rihanna Nation from Mountainside is in that lane, 7, 13.60. And Jessica Nickel from Nagahead is in lane 8, 13.52 seconds. Those are the 8 competitors for the 70 meters hurdles open final on the girls' side. Have to look out for lane 4, Sabrina Horn from Mountainside, stepping into this final, the time of 12.35 seconds.
Yeah, should be good. Rihanna Nation from Mountainside looked good in qualifying. So did Ariana Thomas of License. And I was also impressed with Zukala Davis of Windward Road. So I think between lanes 3 to 7 should be very interesting. But in the hurdles, you never know what can happen. And remember, the techniques will not look the greatest. You might see a lot more faster sprinting than, and good sprinting and jumping over the hurdles at this stage. But nonetheless, should be good run from these ladies. But we wait to see. But like I said, it can be anybody's race. However, based on qualification, lanes 3 to 7 just might provide or should provide most of the excitement.
You're having a word with Paisley of Greater Portmore. She is in lane 2. Just to make sure she's comfortable. And she's having a word with the official. So the tape now being laid, though, as if the tape actually not now being laid, but the tape feeling the effects of the breeze. It's extremely windy at the National Stadium. And the tape that was laid down for the 70 meters is being lifted up by the breeze here at National Stadium.
Yeah, which will be very tough for these young hurdlers. It's wanting to sprint in the wind, especially when it's this heavy. But to hurdle in it, so I think they'll need to retape, get some fresh ones out there, and with hope that it will stick.
Have you ever faced a wind like this, negative wind, when you were competing?
So what happened is, before the schedule for the boys and girls championships now changing, having the sprint hurdles in the week, we usually compete in the sprint hurdles semifinals Saturday morning or afternoon, and the finals would have been ran later that evening. So to answer your question, yes.
Thank you for that long-winded answer. You
No,
could have easily just say yes.
Yeah, but the people could say, I wish you go run in the wind. I have to explain. Remember, our viewers, they want to know. So at the moment, the wind is minus 3.9.
Wow.
So let you know, we're not, over-exaggerating about how windy it is at the moment. And the girls to come, ages 9 to 13, for the 70-meter hurdles open. Campbell of Mona Heights, she's in 1. Paisley, Greater Portmore in 2. Davis in 3 for Windward Road, Hortney in 4 for Mountainside, Sutherland in 5 for Mona Heights. So 2 representatives of Mona Heights Primary and Mountainside in this event. Thomas of License Primary, Nation of Mountainside, Nickel of Nagohead. And the girls go to their marks.
The 70 meters hurdles final. In the set position, Gunn had sent them away. Great start from Davis and Horton. Moving well in lanes 4. We spoke about Horton of Mountainside, but on the outside of Horton, it's Thomas of License. It's going to be Thomas of License ahead of Horton. 12.48 seconds for Thomas of License. She was in lane 6. 12.48 seconds for Thomas of License. That's a flash time. The official time is 12.36 seconds for Ariana Thomas of License. In second should be Horn of Mountainside. Not on the board just as yet, but Sabrina Horn of Mountainside should be second, getting the silver. Now it comes 12.64 seconds, and Sutherland is third, 13.06 seconds. Sutherland is from Mona Heights.
Yeah, good sprinting from Thomas, a very fast start, and like I'd said at the start of it, you will find that a lot of the girls and the boys will be sprinting well, but jumping over the hurdles. Some are a little better technically than others, but at this stage, like I said, you'll see a lot more jumping, or even if they're in proper hurdle form, it will not be the greatest. But the most important thing, they should be having fun, enjoying the moment, learning, and looking at the bigger picture of getting on the podium and points, so that their schools can be in the money making top 5 or in the point standings.
Well, 70 meters hurdles open. The final coming on. Jameer Coombs of St. Richards is in lane 1, had a qualifying time of 12.34 seconds. Rashad Priestley of Greater Portmore is in 2, 12.34 seconds. Raheem Bailey of Maxfield Park is in 3, 11.99 seconds. Omari Bonnie of License is in 4, 11.78 seconds. Joshua Kane of Nagahead is in 5, 11.94 seconds. You have Hines of Cornaldy, 11.94. He is in 6. That's Rodino. In 7, Jahil Davis of License, 12.11 seconds. And in 8, Rabina Lands of Nagahead, 12.00 seconds. Bonnie of License is labeled as a favorite, not because he has 11.78 seconds, but how he looked in gaining that time.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. When you look at Bonnie, 11.78 in qualifying yesterday. I mean, like I said, with these windy conditions, you never can tell. The boys are now paired with what would say the best of the 8 following qualification round. So we wait to see who will cross the line first.
Athletes on their marks. The boys, 70 meters hurdles open. Coombs, Priestley, Bailey, Boney, Kane, Hines, Davis, and Lyons going well. Out in lane 6 is Hines of Coronale. Going well also in lane 3 is Bailey of Maxfield. But certainly the man in lane 6 going across the line in the top spot to be Coronale's time. 11.93 seconds is the flash time. He's been lifted up, and what is that going on? Hines of Coronale taking the top spot, 11.91 seconds. He had a time of 11.94 coming in. 11.91 for Hines. Bailey, the silver medalist, 11.99 seconds from Maxfield Park. He was in lane 3. And Bonnie in lane 4 from Lance, gaining the bronze, 12.04 seconds, Shoshana.
Yeah, not bad running. We saw there his parent very excited about that performance from his young star. Yes, yes, that's star in the making in Daddy's eyes. So good win for Nagahead. Like I said, before the hurdles got going, Nagahead were in 3rd, License in 2nd, Greater Portmore are leading. So all points, all victories, top 3 places, the higher you finish, everything counts at the moment. So good to see, these young athletes are managing themselves well.
Well, guess what? Let me give you the point standings. We promised you the point standings. I will give you the latest point standings, I think, before the hurdles. So let me give you top 20 in 20th position, and it is combined for girls and boys. Woodlands Primary they have in 20th position. They have 16 points. Also, Jericho, they have 16 points. In 16th position, you have Angels, New Providence, Exchange, and Kensington, all having 18 points. In 15th, Mountainside, they have 20 points. In 14th, Rock Hall, they have 26 points. In 13th, you have Seaforth with 28 points. In 12th, Clancarthy, they have 28.50 points. In 11th, Holy Rosary with 29 points. In 10th, Halfway Tree with 30 points. In 9th, John Mills, they have 38.50 points. In 8th, Harbour View, 40 points under their belts. In 7th, Windward Road, they have 41 points. In 6th, Coronaldi with 58 points. In 5th, St. Richard's with 78 points. In 4th, Spanish Town, they have 98 points. In 3rd, Nagahead with 103 points. In 2nd, can I say that once more? In 2nd, License, 1 point. That's on the girls' side, that's a top 10. And on the boys' side, the top 10 reads. Well, let me start from 9th, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 schools in 9th position. Waterford, Angels, Crescent, Clancarthy, and Jericho, all in 9th position, all with 14 points under their belts. In 8th, Holy Rosary, they have 16 points. In 7th, Halfway Tree, they have 17 points. In 6th, Harbour View with 20 points. In 5th, St. Richard's, they have 46 points. 4th, Spanish Town with 71 points. 3rd, Nagahead, 73 points. 2nd, Greater Portmore with 76 points. And 1st, License with 79 points. That's the top 10 on the boys' side. We gave it top 10 on the girls' side. For the combined team scores so far, Greater Portmore, they lead with 157. License, 2nd, 142. And 3rd, Nagahead with 103 points. So that's the point standing. Trishana McGowan looking excited. I don't know why. But have you a prediction, or do you have a prediction to see who will come through in top spot? Will it be Greater Portmore? Will it be License? Or can Nagahead mount a challenge?
I think I would better answer that question when I run through the paper and I can give a better assessment of how many finalists are there for the teams. But like I said to you at the start of our coverage for the championships on Thursday, I figured based on what we witnessed at the regionals, I'm not surprised about the top 3, or better yet, I'm not surprised about the top 2. Initially, I had License with the possibility, the probability of them winning overall, or Greater Portmore. So like I said, it will be a tough toss-up, but I think I would better have an answer if I'm to run through and see the school with the most finalists, because that's all that counts from here on, because every event right now is a final, and that's all that counts. So you know, like I said, I'm not surprised about the top 3. I think though what I'm surprised about is the gap between the 157 and the 142. But yeah, good going from the schools, the coaches, and the young athletes after 2 years laying everything out on track at the moment over the last 3 days.
The next event on track is the
Event number 20, girls.
Special Olympics 4x1 on the track. That was the next event, and that is scheduled.
Girls, please come to the middle accreditation area. Ashley Barrett, C. Richards.
Well, I should hope it's 1 o'clock. On the schedule it says 10 o'clock. That's okay. I think they added one more zero too much. Because the event before was 12:40, and then the next event is 1 o'clock actually. That's the mixed 13 and under 4 on 13 and under part of it, 4x100 meters Special Olympics. So I'm glad some provisions have been put in for that this year. When the athletes are not out on the track just as yet. Well, let's see what will happen next few minutes. But the Greater Portmore, I'm looking at the side, though the Greater Portmore supporters are out in their numbers as they lead with 157 points. But it's close, though, between them and License.
Yeah, very close. And I think, again, like I said, I think everyone involved should applaud themselves. Greater Portmore to have this, good lead at the moment with a few events to come. It's quite telling about the work they would have done to be in this position. We saw them looking extremely well and dominant at the central leg of the primary championships. License also at their eastern leg. So no surprises, like I said, about how both schools are doing, and including Nagahead, who are third. Also impressive for me, Spanish Town. They are right there in fourth. Cornell, the St. Richard's Primary. All the schools have something to be really happy about after 2-year absence of this competition. Also, Exchange Primary in St. Anne, we can't give them enough credit. I think their stellar athlete in Tixaria Johnson has, put them on the table, right there in the mix. Could be a growing program or motivation for a growing program to come.
Well, I'm looking and I see Blackwood posting Nagahead is going to win because my son passed school. So his son went to the school. So because his son went to the school,
I love that.
Nagahead
Still
is going
giving
to
support. Yes, I'm a former student of Mona Heights Primary back in the day.
So they're going to win also?
So, no, they're not going to win, but you have to be realistic with sports. But I'm just saying I give support, and I want to see them do well. So like that parent, they're a parent, their kid went to the school, so they're hoping that they can get surgeons and maybe finish ahead. It will be tough though. We can tell them it can be tough. I don't see that happening because they're in third on 103 points, while Greater Portmore and License 157 and 142. So the gap is, I think, just might be a bit too wide with the events to come for them to accumulate that many points to get ahead. But nonetheless, like I said, good performances all around.
Do you know where Mountainside is?
Mountainside.
You know? No. I don't, No, that question, but you can check for me, though. We're going to tell you in a short while where Mountainside is situated. Well, you hear the drums beating. That's from the Naldi Lightning. Corey Naldi. And Greater Portmore supporters on their feet. And the mothers are the supporters, are the parents are here repping their shirt. So Mountainside Primary. We'll tell you very shortly. So Life with Stacey says GPP, that's Greater Portmore for primary champs, her past school. So Kamara says in St. Elizabeth South.
Yes.
St. Elizabeth South, actually. That's where
Mountainside
is.
I think the regions are well represented here. In terms of the stellar performances. Well, yesterday we saw Rock Hall having a number of finalists doing well. So like I said, I think the primary schools throughout the regions are doing well. Flankers had a number of finalists yesterday. Rock Hall, like I said, St. Richard's Primary, Half-a-Tree Primary, Mountain View, Harbour View, also doing well. License, Seaford. So all around, I think each parish, they have had something to cheer about.
Felicia's Entertainment Channels, I'm so proud of my students. But what student are those? We don't know. You didn't say. You didn't say any at all. But they're asking if you went to Mona. Of course you went to Mona.
Yes, I went to Mona Heights Primary. I left in 1998. So maybe I may be too old. Well, depending. I'm not sure. But yes, I went to Mona Heights Primary. My brother and I left in 1998. My brother left in 2000. Yeah.
So So Phyllis is from Mountainside. So she is a teacher at Mountainside in St. Elizabeth.
So license at the moment, they're in second place on 142 points, which is 15 points behind Greater Portmore, who are currently in the lead. So Greater Portmore overall leading with the combined points. License they're in second on 142.
Yeah.
Knucklehead in third, Sean on 103.
Yeah.
Spanish Town Primary, big up the people in Spain. They're in fourth with 98.
4x100 meters. Can the following schools please come to the medal
No Excelsior Primary.
Sean, you went to Excelsior High School, but you did not go to the primary.
I didn't. Not at all. They're very good teachers and coaches over there, though. Did you run for Mona?
Yes, I did.
You ran for Mona. You can't run at primary champs. Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I ran at primary champs in the 300 meters, the 150.
Did you win?
Yes. I
Yes,
told
what?
you this on Thursday.
Doesn't matter.
Yes,
You can't tell us again.
Yes, I won the 300 meters.
You won the heats or the final?
The final.
Okay.
How dare you? Yes, I won it.
Who leading? Separately. So Greater Portmore leading.
All right, so I'll give you the girls, and Sean will give you the boys.
So who's leading the girls?
All right, so leading the girls without the combined points. So let me give you the top 5. It's only right I give you the top 6, better yet for the girls. In 6th position is Knucklehead Primary. They're on 30 points. In 5th position, St. Richard's Primary on 32. In 4th, Windward Road Primary, 37. In 3rd, Cornalde on 51. In 2nd, in the girls, License on 63. And leading Greater Portmore on 81. That's the girls' individual scores. And Greater Portmore still leading, License in 2nd.
Why have the 300 and not the 400? Well, the 300 meters because of the age. They don't want some athletes to run the 400 meters, so they will make them the 300 meters. In fact, back in the day at prep champs, the girls never ran the 400 meters at all. They ran the 300 meters back in the day at prep champs.
Yeah, and I think it's in recent years that they have introduced the 400 meters for the class 1 boys and girls at the primary champs.
Okay.
So once you're in class 2, you compete over 300 meters. We saw that here this morning. You also saw that the class 3 girls doesn't compete in 200. They run the 150, the 150 meters. So they don't be giving the longer distances to the lower classes.
And the 400 meters final were on yesterday, and the 300 meters finals were on yesterday also. What year did you run at primary champs? I think Candice is asking.
97, 98. I left primary school in 98. I won the 300 meters in 1998.
You're in class 1?
Yes, I was.
Okay, let's asking. And went to the St. Andrew High School. Yeah.
The Great Snanjo High School for girls.
Yeah.
10 Cecilia
Do
Avenue.
you hear how she pronounce it? I
Snanjo.
can't pronounce it that way, you know.
Snanjo.
St. Andrew.
Yes.
The St. Andrew High School. That's what I
One
said.
and only.
Yeah, that's what I say. And she said I have too much emphasis on the "an." Oh, Lords.
But yes.
But guess what? Greater Portmore, their supporters there. So Greater Portmore, 157. So we haven't get up the same point standings they have. We have. So the point standings being called in the stadium now, the same one that we gave you a short while ago, because you gave the girls or you gave the boys a while ago. The boys said my time for the girls, the top 5. St. Richard's Primary 5th with 32 points. In 4th, Windward Road for girls. You gave girls a while ago. Oh, so why couldn't switch it around? No.
I should have.
So let me give you the top 5 for boys. St. Richard's, they're 5th with 46 points. In 4th, Spanish Town, they have 71 points. In 3rd, Knucklehead, they're 73 points. Greater Portmore, they're 2nd with 76 points. And License, they're 1st with 79 points. That's the top 5 on the boys' side. So License, they're leading on the boys' side. And overall, they're 2nd with 142, and Greater Portmore, they're leading overall with 157. We'll take another break very soon.
Event 13 boys, class 4x100 meters. Can the following schools please come?
Why are students, athletes from your former primary school running barefooted?
They're not the only ones running barefooted, and it's quite unfortunate to see a number of youngsters, throughout the meets, even at the regional stages, have been running bare feet. Like I said, it's quite unfortunate that in 2022 this is what we're having. I remember when I competed at primary level and I didn't have any spikes as well. I also went to a prep meet recently over by the Stadium East field, and a number of student athletes again without spikes. To purchase a spikes, especially for a lot of these children, based on the size of their feet, sometimes they're not at the sports places here in Jamaica. And if they do have, it is costly. It's over $10,000 for some of those spikes. So I can just imagine the struggle schools having to find spikes, and even the parents. It's a real struggle because of the cost of the spikes.
Let me add something though, because Jasmine Francis said something which I agree with, that it is more comfortable for some, because when I competed, that's the way before you. A lot of athletes got spikes, but they just didn't like it.
Yeah, and I was about to say that as well. You have some students that still believe that when they run bare feet, they go much faster. Yeah, so like I said, you have some schools that, you'll see some schools, some of the athletes do have spikes and some doesn't.
Well, the next event, as we pointed out earlier, is the 4x1 Special Olympics. That should actually run at 1 o'clock. What time is it now, Trish? 3 minutes to 1. That's the next event on schedule, the 4x1 Special Olympics. That's the next event, not leaving out the Special Olympics at all. And after that, you'll have the 800 meters open for boys and girls, and then the sprint medley open, 800 meters. And in the sprint medley open, the legs are: the first leg is a 100, the second leg is a 100, the third leg is a 200, and the final leg is 400. So, but the next event on the track is the 4x1 Special Olympics.
Happy that they're given the opportunity to participate as well. I think that we can do a better job at including them. The Special Olympics is something massive overseas, and every child, every person with a disability is still a person. And with them wanting to do sports, I think that the avenue needs to be created to continuously give them the support to do what they love, like any other person.
So the point standings we gave you, and it's going to be tricky going forward though. I don't think though those point standings have the hurdles events on it. I don't think. I'm not sure. If it doesn't, it will be tricky going forward. Then the relays with 12 points for winning will come to the 4. So let's see what will happen. Still close. So persons cheering for Greater Portmore, persons cheering for License, persons cheering for Nagahead. It's close between the top two, but Nagahead can mount a challenge with a few events to go.
They can. It will be very interesting for the top 3 schools, I think, at this point. Nagahead, License, and the Greater Portmore. Based on the finals to come, the 800 meters to come, the relays, it should be very intriguing. And if you were okay with maybe coming third, you'll maybe want to win, because so much is now at stake for them. Not seeing Aloysius. I know that they've been asked about, and Mountain View Primary. Not seeing them at this championship. And remember, we have to keep reminding, because we will always have new viewers coming in. Remember that championships was last held in 2019, and since the pandemic, this is the first staging out of the pandemic. So it has been difficult for a number of coaches and schools, to find athletes of interest and to help provide so that they can be at these championships.
Any athlete that performs creditable, that performs good, that performs extraordinary, they're special. Now, all athletes are special. Let's put that aside. But in this championship, as you pointed out, because although there was two-year break, you could have looked at it and said that, okay, you had 2 years, but you were training for 2 years. But that was not the case.
Because they were not in school.
Exactly, they were home. So
Yeah.
these children were home at a primary level. So the coaches could not get these athletes to have them train and organized training. So if you perform creditable, if you perform good, if you're even performing, that's credit to the coaching staff, credit to the schools, and credit to the parents and athletes.
Yeah, which like I said, it has been a challenge. It has been a real challenge for students in the primary school and even some of the high schools. During the pandemic, we saw the outcry for more support. The tablets that were needed. Some teachers were not even able to see some of these students until school was fully reopened recently when the government gave that go-ahead. So like I said, for them to be back here in this championship, I'm sure greater things to come for next year's staging.
All right, Cardo, this is where I disagree with you, though. I saw your posting in terms of it doesn't make sense for the athletes if they're going to pursue track of the field in the future. They have to actually train in the right gear. At this age, it's about loving the sport. And yes, you want the talent. Yes, you want them to train. Usain Bolt at this age wasn't wearing any spikes. Think about that. The fastest man in the world at this age was not wearing any spikes at all. So yes, you'd want them in the proper gear. Yes, you'd want them to be training in the proper gear. But at this age, though, it's about loving the sport. So they love it when they reach high school level. They wear the proper gear. But right now at primary school level, I wouldn't be forcing anyone.
I think, like I said, when I went to the eastern leg of the primary championships and I saw that was the first staging, May 2, and I saw a number of athletes without spikes or proper footwear. Of course, I was disappointed. I was heartbroken. But I don't think that it excuses some of these student athletes loving the sport and wanting to do it. I would not want to stop my child from running track and field or playing cricket or football because at this stage I'm not able to afford helping or supplying them with a proper footwear. I totally understand, with everybody wanting them to be in spikes, but I would not stop my child from running or playing football because they don't have a football boot or they don't have a spikes, because they maybe really want to do it, they maybe love it. But I completely understand, the viewers' outcry for wanting to see them in proper footwear competing.
Well, it's now 1:03 and the Special Olympics 4x1. We had the 4x1 finals yesterday, but the Special Olympics 4x1, that should be the next event on the track. So Special Olympics 4x1, next event on track, although it's scheduled for 1 o'clock, we see some ladies coming across. We don't know. And yes, some gentlemen going over by that side. So I think these are the Special Olympics. It's mixed. It's actually mixed 13 and under 4x1. So the athletes are coming out. So it's going to be some ladies at the start of the 4x1. Remember, they're Special Olympics. And they're trying their best, doing their best, and having fun. And they're not left out. And I love that.
They all deserve this opportunity to compete. Like I said, I've always looked forward to the number of track meets that give them the opportunity to participate, whether it be the primary championships, the preparatory, with various track meets through the J3As and so on. The Special Olympians deserve the opportunity to participate and have people cheering them on like anyone else.
As the horns blow and the athletes come out, yes, I don't think most of the athletes you see run barefooted here on the track. I don't think they train barefooted. I really don't think they train barefooted, but they run barefooted when they run the race. So I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying,
and some do train bare feet. Like I said, I've been to when I was doing some work back in 2019 at looking at schools, high schools and schools, the struggles that many have regarding sports. And you have high schoolers who a coach is the one that having to give them a track shoes. You have schools without block, you have school without hurdles, you have so many things, and even at this stage it's a struggle throughout the island to have proper equipment for use and also proper footwear, whether it be track shoes or spikes. You have schools who are able to give athletes a track shoes, and that track shoes will have to last them for an entire track season. That's not the proper way. An athlete sometimes need 3 or more sneakers being changed out because of shin and prevention of injury, but they simply cannot afford it. And especially in the pandemic period, or coming out of the pandemic period, I've spoken to a number of principals and coaches. They're really struggling just to purchase oranges, hydration fluid. They just simply do not have it.
But the discussions will continue. Persons will disagree to agree or agree to disagree, and that's okay. And that is okay, though. Nothing is wrong with that. But I do understand what you're saying, though, Kando.
But we can only hope for, like I said, going forward, better will be provided throughout the schools. And I think that like I said, spikes, I'm telling you, spikes, to purchase spikes on the island, it's $10,000. It's $10,000 plus. That's how expensive it is. I know you have the points, but let me just throw it out there. To purchase a spikes on the island, it's cost over $10,000, and that would mean maybe purchasing a number of spikes, and a lot of the schools, like I said, simply cannot afford it. Yes, it is needed. Many of these children really do not mind running bare feet, but I agree with those who are understanding to the issue and those who are saying that shoes and proper feet equipment is needed. I agree with both sides. I'm just saying, though, the cost for one spike is $10,000 plus, and a lot of the sports stores here in Jamaica sometimes do not have the sizes. It would then mean the schools would have to purchase those footwear overseas. And we know how it is, just bringing a number of things on the island. But the point standings are eating up.
Listen to this. The latest point standings is after the hurdles event. Now, I questioned it, the point standings that we got. Was it before the hurdles or after the 70-meter hurdles? Well, after the 70-meter hurdles, I told you it would have gotten interesting. And let me give you the top 10. The top 10 on the female side first and foremost. Mountainside from South St. Elizabeth, they have 21 points. 9th, John Mills, they have 25.50 points. In 8th, Rock Hall with 26 points. In 7th, Spanish Town with 27 points. In 6th, St. Richards with 32 points. In 5th, Nagahead with 35 points. In 4th, Windward Road with 41 points. In 3rd, Coronaldi with 51 points. In 2nd, License with 72 points. And in the top spot, Greater Portmore with 82 points. That's on the girls' side. Now on the boys' side, the top 10. In 9th, I would start from 9th because 5 teams are 9th position. You have Angels, Waterford, Jericho, Clancarthy and Crescent all having 14 points. In 8th, Holy Rosary with 16 points. 7th, Halfway Tree with 17 points. In 6th, you have Harbour View. They have 20 points. In 5th, St. Richards, 47 points. In 4th, Spanish Town with 71 points. In 3rd, Greater Portmore with 79 points. In 2nd, Nagahead, they have 84 points. And 1st, License, they have 89 points. And License leading with 89 points. So the top 10 on the combined team scores. In 10th position, Halfway Tree, they have 30 points. In 9th, John Mills, they have 38.50 points. In 8th, Harbour View, they have 40 points. In 7th, Windward Road, they have 45 points. In 6th, Coronaldi, 63 points. In 5th, St. Richards with 79 points. In 4th, Spanish Town, they have 98 points. In 3rd, Nagahead, they have 119 points. And in 2nd, and in 1st, and in 2nd, and in 1st, The reason why I'm saying that, because License and Greater Portmore, they are tied for the first position, with both teams having 161 points. Greater Portmore and License tied on 161 points. I told you it would have gotten interesting.
Yes, and clearly not disappointing so far in terms of the standings. It's tremendous, just watching both these schools and overall all the schools, how they've been performing and what this means to them. You saw License big performances at the Eastern Championship, the Eastern leg of the regionals, and also Greater Portmore at the central end. So to have both now tied, like I said, I'm not surprised. It would have been a tough toss-up between which one will win, and I'm now, anticipating to see how the outcome will be later on this afternoon. But I think that the most important thing, the kids are having fun and the coaches are stressed. So it can be the school from the east that will be crowned overall champions, or the school from St. Catherine. But we wait to see, and we await the start of the Special Olympics athletes.
Well, on my list here, I see Special Olympics in 3 to 6. There's no team, but I've been listening to individual on Pastor Dean and PA system. He said Kingston is in lane 5 in green, but also in lane 6 is green St. Catherine. He called St. Catherine for 6 and 3. So a bit confusing there. But what is not confusing is Greater Portmore and License tied at the top after the hurdles event, both on 161 points. Both on 161 points. Oh yes, oh yes. So Special Olympics, 4x1, and right after will be the 800 meters as the athletes are coming out for the 800. So please do forgive me if I don't have a name as yet, as they're moving the blocks from the athletes. And they're making some adjustments though, in terms of who has been placed in what lanes. In box 1, it's even blue is in lane 4, but in box 3 they're making the adjustment.
We have some more points standing, so you and you're going to love.
So hopefully they can sort that out though, Trish. The Prefontaine track of the field.
Yes, that is to come in a few.
3 o'clock.
Yes, our Jamaicans will be in action.
Only 2 males. Only 2 males competing, I think.
Yes, yes. Sharika Jackson and Elaine Thompson era will be in the women's 100 meters. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce will face a starter in the 200 meters. Yeah. So exciting times ahead, and in less than an hour, the UEFA Champions League will get underway. So a busy day for sports. If you're into Formula One, also that taking place in Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco.
So a lot of sports is happening. And I think what I love about this relay, it's the mixed legs for the Special Olympians. So it's girl.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
In lane 5, it's a boy there.
It's a boy. Okay, so they have mixed it up. Yeah. All right, should be good.
So they have a boy and a boy at start, a boy at finish. So the 2 girls will be there, I'm assuming.
Box 1.
Or maybe just 1 female, because I'm looking around though. And box 2 having some problems. The yellow flag being waved, so they have not worked that out just yet. Yellow flag also at box 3. So box 1 is ready, box 2 is not, and box 3 is not. Is that a yellow flag or a white flag? And for cricket fans, though, the 4-day is going on. The regional 4-day. So you said sports all around.
Yeah, so all sports lovers, I'm sure, elated. They're watching the primary championships, and then they will dabble into the Diamond League. And for those who love football, can multitask. What is now time for the 4x1 Special Olympics.
So what I can tell you, though, is that Kingston is in 5. Haven't heard the PA announcer. They're asking the athlete to stand up. The athlete in lane 4. And 5 in those lanes. It's Special Olympics, so
Lane 3, St. Catherine.
Lane 3, St. Catherine.
Yellow. Lane 4, St. Andrew. Lane 5, Kingston. And lane 6, St. Catherine Green.
So St. Catherine, St. Andrew, Kingston, and St. Catherine. So in lane 3, St. Catherine, St. Andrew 4, Kingston 5, and St. Catherine Green is in 6. Kingston gets out well, so do St. Andrew, but St. Catherine Green over in lane 6, and St. Catherine Yellow is in 3. It's St. Catherine Yellow on this opening leg. They land over the baton in the top position. Girl to girl, St. Catherine Yellow moving on the back stretch. St. Catherine Green is in second. Kingston is also there, but here comes St. Andrew. Kingston, they've gone by St. Catherine Yellow. Also there's Kingston, St. Andrew. And a poor exchange this from Kingston. But here comes St. Catherine Yellow on the third leg. I've gone and I've left Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine Green behind. It's St. Catherine Yellow. No, on the ankle. Collecting the baton low and moving away, while St. Andrew is second, Kingston is third, and St. Catherine Green is in fourth. But St. Catherine Yellow, Neelitz and all, going across the line and hits his chest. 53.04 seconds. He's a happy camper. In second, you have St. Andrew, third, Kingston, and in fourth, you have St. Catherine Green.
Good running from the boys and the girls. Such a tall athlete, very tall. Good performances from all the parishes, very good performances from all the parishes. And you know, like I said, it's always good when we can make room and be inclusive of our Special Olympians. So we big them up for that kind of performances just now. And it's really hard. I tell people it can be very hard sometimes for you to tell you know, what their disabilities might be. So good performances, and I'm sure those who are locked in would have enjoyed that race just now from our Special Olympians. Coming up next on track will be the 800 meters for boys open.
Well, is it good in boys or girls? Which one? The girls are there. Well, on the schedule it said boys before girls, but I see the girls out.
So the girls are there, so they'll be next on track.
And the boys are coming out now. So there's got to be the girls before the boys on the schedule. It's the boys before the girls. So the girls are first.
Yeah. So we give a round of applause to INSPORTS for the inclusion, like I said, of the Special Olympians. Yes. They matter just as anyone else. And whenever they get the opportunity and they don the national colors, we celebrate them, and this is how we have to ensure that they know that, you know, we love seeing you compete, whether it be at the primary champs and any other competition that we do have that they need to be a part of. So we big them up, and they had a whale of a time. We see them down by trackside, you know, just getting ready to take their pictures because they are important.
Oh yeah, they're excited to take their pictures. Is that Colin, the photographer? Yes, it's Colin.
Yes, calling them over. We need the pictures. Yeah. And whether you're winners or not, you matter. We need the pictures. And like I said, I'm hoping Jamaica will get to the stage where they start being doing more for disabilities. You know, well, it starts with the government.
Lorna Bell is doing a lot.
Yes.
Until Lorna.
I went to a special event for Special Olympians in Florida. And you would never know the difference between the event staging, because like how the stands will be full for boys and girls champs here in Jamaica, that's how jam-packed and the support for the Special Olympians overseas. And I hope that more can be done for them through sports and overall in the country. I believe that there needs to be more ramps, sidewalks that we have not very inclusive for those with disabilities on the island. So like I said, it's an overall effort that needs to be done to make sure that they know that we are catering to you despite your disability.
Well, the next event on track is the girls 800 meters. So Ariana Sinclair from Carisbrook is in 1, had a time of 2:39.02 seconds. Jada Henderson from Time and Patience in 2, 2:42.37 was her qualifying time. Toran Jones from Carisbrook is in 3, 2:48.96 seconds. Ashley Shepherd of Spanish Town is in 4, 2 minutes 43.37 seconds. In 5, you have Christasia Pierce of License, 2:46.18 seconds. In 6, Brianna Rogers of Crescent, 2 minutes 52.51. In 7, Tashoy Thomas of Nagahead, 2 minutes 52.02. And Christine Clark of Harborview is in 8, 2:53.08 seconds. That's in 6, 7, and 8, Harborview. In this event, have to look out for Shepherd of Spanish Town.
So they're looking to start the 800 meters, but the photographers had the Special Olympians on too close to the track, so they're asking them to move just a little further down so the proceedings can continue. So the 800 meters girls open is on track. Ariana Sinclair of Carisbrook, Jada Henderson of Time and Patience, Torian Jones of Carisbrook, also there Ashley Shepherd of Spanish Town, Caristia Pierce License, Brianna Rogers of Crescent, Tashoy Thomas Nagahead, and Christina Clark of Harborview.
The athlete still standing there. Bit of a hold up though, they're falling behind time. They're on time yesterday. Certainly not on time though, depending on looking on the schedule for the 800 meter start. 1:15, 1:10 was for the first 800 meters. So they're lagging in time today and still having discussions. from our vantage point, the short time medical team is in lane 8. I don't know if something is wrong with the Harborview athlete, Christine Clark. But there is a structure that's blocking us at the start of the 800 meters.
So she's now brought to her feet. Okay, so she seems to be fine. Maybe just needed. It's despite it being windy inside the stadium, it's still humid. So hydration still a big factor here. But the girls are ready.
The gun has sent them away for the 800 meters open girls final. Rogers of Crescent Primary goes on well, so too a Shepherd of Spanish Town. She's the favorite. It's the front Shepherd of Spanish Town, just ahead of Rogers of Crescent Primary in the purple vest. On the inside, Sinclair of Carisbrook is in second, trying to follow the Shepherd of Spanish Town, who's way out in front on the back stretch. Hitting the 200 meters mark. This young lady from Spanish Town, Shepherd, maintaining a 5-meter lead over Sinclair of Carisbrook. That's the top two at the present time. Sinclair of Carisbrook now onto the shoulders of Shepherd. She passes Shepherd onto the front stretch. Sinclair of Carisbrook, a half a meter lead over Spanish Town Shepherd, who's in second. Coming into the 4. Looks to me like Pierce of License. They're hitting the bell lap very soon. Pierce of License has slipped into that second position. But out in front is Sinclair with a lap to go. 1:14 on the clock for the first lap. In second is Pierce of License. And in third, the favorite, Shepherd of Spanish Town. Now, Shepherd of Spanish Town still sets in third. Pierce of License, who is in second. At the front of the pack, it is Sinclair of Carisbrook. A 5-meter lead for Sinclair of Carisbrook over Shepherd and Pierce. Pierce in second. Here comes now the favorite, Shepherd of Spanish Town. Goes by Pierce of License, slipping to that second position. With about 200 meters to go, Carisbrook, Sinclair is moving away from Shepherd of Spanish Town. That's the top two. The diminutive young lady from Carisbrook has now gained momentum, has now gained speed. It's Carisbrook Sinclair out in front. Shepherd has no answer from Spanish Town with about centimeters to go. But here comes Shepherd. I thought she had no answer, but still, Carisbrook Sinclair with 50 meters to go. She passes the entrance of the McDonald Tunnel. Still a 10-meter lead over Shepherd. It's Sinclair of Carisbrook taking the girls open 800 meters. Stopping the clock at 2:37.14 seconds for Sinclair of Carisbrook, getting the better of the favorite Shepherd of Spanish Town, and finishing third, it looks like Henderson of Time and Patience.
Great performance from Sinclair.
Well, they have Jones. At third, but I had Sinclair because Jones was in lane 3. Sinclair was in lane 1.
So we wait for them to rectify that. But it was a great performance. Running 800 meters, pretty much all the way in front for the entire 2 laps. And this really strong and great performance. I love that run. And she's still walking. All others that came in after her slouching over, but the youngster is still walking strongly too. I love that performance. Big time run.
Well, if I called when it says Sinclair didn't finish, so there are 2 athletes from Carisbrook in that final, but what I had here was Sinclair was in lane 1, and Sinclair came around the bend was right behind the Shepherd. So let's see if that's the official reading, but if it is, I got it wrong.
And the 800 meters is so
Well, guess what? I was just watching over the recording. Thank you, Track Alert. I was not wrong.
So we were not wrong.
Well, I don't know. So according to what they gave us in terms of lane assignments, Sinclair was in lane 1, and the athlete who was in lane 1 came round and won. So
Sinclair is of Ariana Sinclair of Carisbrook is the winner. So again, big performance, strong run from Sinclair. I don't think we could have asked, to witness anything better from her today. Started out strongly and she finished just as that. We saw where all others that came in after her fell to the ground and she kept walking, collecting her goodie bag. So that's a definition of who she is. Strong run from Ariana Sinclair in 2 minutes 47. We move next to the boys equivalent, and they're on track. Eunice Carty in 1 for licensed primary. Jelani Brown for time and patience in 2. O'Neill Heron of Frankfield in 3. Basil Jones in 4 for Carisbrook. In 5, Bevin Davey of Shortwood. Kirk Lando Reed in 6 for New Forest. Deshaun Hutchinson in 7. He represents Nuggerhead. DeMarco Williams in 8 for Claremont. So those are the 8 boys to face the starter for the 800 meters equivalent.
Well, guess what? I saw Jones of Carisbrook over by Stets, the western end of the island, and the western qualification. And Jones went into the final as a favorite. Didn't win though. But what I like what I saw from him, he's in lane 4. At the present time, Basil Jones. So it's the 800 meters final on the boys' side. We have the girls a short while ago. It's all about the INSPORTS Primary Track and Field Championships, 800 meters boys final. Sean Grant and Joshana McGowan here. Joshana, are you enjoying what you're seeing?
Oh, certainly I am. I mean, I'm all about the primary championships, as a product of the primary championships as well. And I think that, for it to be back and looking at these performances, I'm elated, I'm over the moon. And when you look at the people in the stands, the mummies, the daddies, the teachers and so on in support, you cannot ask for more.
Well, it's the boys 800 meters of final. And out in lane 5, it looks to me like it's Davey of Shortwood. On the inside, it's Carty of License. Carty of License goes on the back stretch, cruising in lane 1. He seems like he means business. Qualifying the time of 2 minutes 29.46 seconds. And he's cruising along with the White Sox. Ran from Shortwood in second, that's Davey. That's the top 2 at the present time. But way behind from Carisbrook Jones, who we spoke about earlier on. And bouncing around, he's in 7th position. But going back to the top of the pack, it's Carty of License ahead of the man from Shortwood, Davey. 1-2 in this boys open 800 meters run. On the front stretch, Carty looks strong. He clocked 2:29.46 seconds. He's cruising along. He seems like he has a lot left with about a 6-meter lead over Shortwood Davey in that second position. The bell lap with 1:04, 1:05 on the clock for the first lap. Carty of License maintaining that 6-meter lead over Davey of Shortwood, who's in that second position. The move is now being made from Jones of Carisbrook. He's in 7th. Now he goes into 6th position. Will it make a difference on this last lap? Now it seems to me like Carty of License is slowing down. Right behind him is Davey of Shortwood. They're moving well also. Coming to the 4. So Carty is being passed. Seems like he's hit a wall. He is in second position, but the wall has been moved. He was slowing down on the backstretch. He felt the pressure. He's in second position. I realizing the crowd was catching him up. He has moved now into third. So it's going to be a tussle towards the line. Will it be first? Will it be second? No, they're moving away from Carty. But here comes Carty. Wants to catch them back. He goes on the outside. The favorite, the man from License Primary. Carty goes by 1, goes by 2, looks over to his right, and he goes towards the line. It's going to be Carty. 2 minutes 22.40 seconds. Goes across the line and hits the ground. And he's breathing heavy, but he's happy. He has won a gold medal for his school.
2:22. 2 minutes 22:40. The flash time is amazing. And this is open. Brilliant run from him. I think, he saw that they got by him, so the official time 2:23:65. But big performance from him. Bit of this time after they got by him and ran back. So really brilliant for Carty. And like I told you, Sean, even yesterday we saw it. We'll be seeing it for the rest of the afternoon. They know what is at stake. They know what is at stake. They know what they want, and they're going for it. Good performance for Carty. Big points for License.
Well, they had me a while ago, though, because they had Heron as first. I said, what? Not again? Well, they changed it and said Carty, the winner. But guess what?
So O'Neill Heron of Frankfield, he was second. Ahead of Brown, Jelani Brown of Time and Patience. Bevin Davey of Shortwood Practice was fourth. Basil Jones of Carisburg was fifth. So some really big performances, and we told you everything is a final here, and all points count. 161 points initial tie before we got going with the relays, and that was between License and Greater Portmore. So everyone wants to be a winner in their events or top placings, so that their school, they can help their school to come out victorious. So we move next to the 800 meters sprint medley. So you will have 400 meters opening and then 200. So the 400 meters will open. So the first leg.
No. That's not it.
That's not it?
That's not it. You'll have a 100, a 100, a 200, and a 400.
Oh,
but they haven't set them out yet. I don't know why they always take so long.
Because I always wondered if the Class 1 girls had to do the leg of the sprint medley, since it would be 400, but thanks for the correction.
Yeah, man.
So it's 100, so it's 2 100s.
2 100s, a 200.
A 200 and a 400 for the sprint medley. So now they proceed to the track.
So box 1, the athletes are not out on the track just as yet. Box 2, the athletes are not out just as yet. Box 3, where are they?
So the officials are now aware that they're needed on track, and they're putting the cones out.
But why are they aware? From once you see the athletes come out on the first leg, aren't they aware then?
One can only hope.
I would assume that they're aware. But have they forgotten the anchor leg rudder? There's no anchor leg, I'm just joking.
So it is so the first leg, the opening leg, will turn over on the back stretch, which is by the 300 meters mark. They will run 100 meters. That leg will take it down to their teammates, who is at the 200 meters mark, for another 100 meters. And on that second exchange, those athletes will run 200 meters. On that turnover to the last leg, they will run 400 meters for the 800 meters sprint relay.
So 800 meters medley coming up. For the girls in lane 1, you have License. In 2, Windward Road. In 3, Naga Head. In 4, Shortwood. In 5, Spanish Town. In 6, Greater Portmore. In 7, Belmont Park. And in 8, Harbour View. (100, 100, 200, and 400 meters. Seems like they're ready. They're behind by 11 minutes so far. 11 minutes and counting. But the boys medley are there. So as this race is finished, I'm assuming they'll just go right on the track.
So the 800 meters sprint ended for girls. 200 meter legs. Then 200 meters legs.
Again, the lane assignments. License.
That's the order, that's the sequence. Lane 1.
In 1. In 2, Windward Road.
Lane 2, Windward Road.
In 3,
Lane 3, Nagahead.
Nagahead.
Lane
In 4. So we need to update the point standings though.
Lane 5, the Spanish
After this 800 meters, we're going to see if we can get an updated point standings for you after the medley. Because after the medley, it'll be the 4x4, 4x2, pardon me. And then we'll close off with, you'll have the 4x1 prep school. And a 4x4 mixed to close off proceedings. The last point standings we gave you was Greater Portmore first and License first, both having 161 points. Nagahead, they were third with 119 points, and Spanish Town fourth with 98 points. Athletes on their marks.
Quiet for the start, please. Quiet for the start, please. Set.
It's the start of the girls' 800 meter sprint medley relay. Harbour View looks well. The inside of Harbour View is Belmont Park. On the inside of Belmont Park, Spanish Town, they're in lane 5. They've gained on Greater Portmore. Spanish Town handing over the baton in the top position. On the outside, it's Belmont Park who are in second base on the stagger. Spanish Town on the second leg. Turf is moving well. He'll hand over the baton in the top position. They're in lane 5. On the inside of Spanish Town, 9 ahead. They're in 3. And also moving well is Windward Road in 2. But Windward Road in lane 2 is carrying the field in the front stretch. Not home just as yet. Windward Road having a slight advantage on this penultimate leg of the 800 meters medley relay. Oh, going well all to Spanish Town out in lane 5. But it's Windward Road. She's tying up somewhat. But look at License on the inside coming through for Spanish Town. Shortwood practicing also there in Spanish Town. Cutting over in front of License. Also there is Nagahead. Windward Road also in the mix. The Spanish Town, License, and Windward Road. The Spanish Town, Windward Road, and License. Spanish Town on the back stretch ahead of License and Windward Road. So moving on the front stretch, Nagahead, pardon me, and License. And it's all about Spanish Town. Spanish Town moving on the front stretch. But here comes the team called Nagahead. Nagahead sit into that second position. Spanish Town and Nagahead. That's the top two with about 100 meters to go. It's Nagahead hits the front ahead of Spanish Town. License here in third. Windward Road in fourth. But Nagahead moving away from Spanish Town. Well needed points for Nagahead. They're in third in the point standings. They're slowing up with about 40 meters to go. Nagahead, then Spanish Town, then License. That's the top 3. Gold, silver, and bronze in 800 meters medley relay. 2:06.62 seconds for Nagahead ahead of Spanish Town, and then followed by License in third.
Good running. I mean, the excitement is buzzing inside the stadium. You know, just watching all 4 legs giving their best effort. We could not ask for more, and like I told you, Sean, we know so much is at stake. These schools want to give maximum points. These athletes know they want to give maximum points for their schools, wanting to be crowned champions and just do well. They just want to do well, and the performances are showing, the determination really showing, and it's only going to get better.
Where's Greater Portmore? Where's Greater Portmore? License gaining some points in third. Fourth is Shortwood. The points are tabulating. By my estimation, License may have gone in front. Because it was between License and Greater Portmore in the point standings tied. Belmont is fifth. Greater Portmore sixth. 2:12.94 for Belmont. 2:13.04 for Greater Portmore. It's going right down to the wire.
I mean, we did not expect anything less, especially between these top three schools, Nugget, License, and Greater Portmore. But seeing others coming into the mix, you know, Spanish Town, Windward Road, Shortwood, you know, taking some points, it's going to make it even more intriguing. And I'm sure those who are viewed in at the moment, they're loving it. Even if they're school competing or not, they're loving the excitement. If you love track and field, as you should, as you should.
As you should.
As you should.
Oh,
I mean, it's what an awesome sport. What better way than to be watching these youngsters giving best effort, the determination. When was the last time have you seen, you know, children having this much fun? Mind you, the boys and girls champs is wonderful. It's spectacular. But when you look at these kids, the innocence of them, just enjoying, they're enjoying the moment, the euphoria of being inside the national stadium. Some of them not even aware of, oh, my school need these points. They're caught up in just enjoying the moment, and I love that.
Oh yes, we all do. As the boys now come out for the 800 meter sprint medley open. In lane 1, License. In 2, St. Richards. In 3, Belmont Park. In 4, Spanish Town. In 5, Angels. In 6, Maxfield. In 7, Nugget. And lane 8, Greater Portmore. Now, in terms of times, Spanish Town comes in as a favorite. Can they take it? No Greater Portmore in this event. License in lane 1. So again, Greater Portmore is in lane 8, pardon me. Let me take that back. And both License and Greater Portmore coming into this final with a similar time of 2:04. One having 2:04.93, the other having 2:04.98.
Yeah, 2:03, and the times, I think the two slowest qualifiers, Belmont Park and Nugget.
Right.
But guess what? We know how it is in sports. Times doesn't win you a medal. Time doesn't get you across the line first. You have to show up and perform. And these youngsters, they know the excitement that's buzzing inside the stadium. They can hear the support, the cheer. So they'll be laying it all on the track. Nothing else matters. No previous times, no previous performances will count. It's only what they will do in this race. And the boys are ready.
As you see, the St. Richards first leg runner stretching as the noise inside of the grandstand dies down. Ready for the next final 800 meters sprint medley. Just a reminder of the legs. The first leg 100, the second leg another 100, and the third leg 200 meters, while the anchor, the fourth leg, is a 400 meters leg. Athletes on their marks. A reminder: License 1, St. Richards 2, Belmont Park 3, Spanish Town 4, Angels 5, Maxfield Park 6, Nugget 7, and Greater Portmore in lane 8. So the officials are just making sure, speaking to the anchor leg runners, making sure they collect the baton before they go across the line. Short time medical team doing a lot of work. Yes, Cardo, basic school have champs. Basic school champs have been going on for years. Athletes Just awaiting the instructions from the starter on his rostrum. And that's Sansi Lifestyle.
License lane 1, St. Richard's lane 2, Lemon Park lane 3, Spanish Town lane 4.
So again,
Lane 5, Maxfield Park lane 6, Nagahead lane 7,
so
lane 8.
the lane assignments again.
Box 2, are you ready?
So yellow flag raised at box 2. I don't know why the yellow flag is there. Making some adjustments. Now the white flag being raised at box 2. So they're ready. Athletes doing the opener or the opening leg. Ready. License 1, St. Richard's 2, Belmont Park 3. In 4, you have Spanish Town. In 5, Angels. In 6, Maxfield Park. 7, Nagahead. And 8, Greater Portmore. Gunhart set them off for the 800 meters bend of an A. Great start. This from Nagahead in lane 7. Also doing well. Angels Primer in lane 5. It looks to me like Angels handing over the baton in the top position. Angels and Nagahead. That's the top 2 at the present time. Angels on the inside in lane 5 in the blue uniform. Nagahead on the outside. We're moving well. It's Greater Portmore on the second leg. They've gone past Nagahead. For the extend is Nagahead and Greater Portmore. Angels also up there at the Maxfield Park. Maxfield Park in the black uniform. They are in lane 6. But coming around the bend, it seems like it's Nagahead. Nagahead doing well. But here comes Maxfield Park. What a blistering leg from Maxfield Park. On the inside, Spanish Town have come around in the top position on this penultimate leg. Spanish Town, they've gone by Nagahead and Greater Portmore was way behind. Spanish Town handing over the bottom in the top position. Also there is Nagahead in second and Maxfield Park in third. License in fourth. But Spanish Town, we're out in front of Nagahead. We're in second. In third, you have Maxfield Park. That's the top 3 for this final leg, which is an 800 meter, which is a 400 meters, pardon me, not 8. Maxfield Park trying to pass Nagahead. Spanish Town out in front. Did I say trying? They have passed them with 200 meters to go. Still Spanish Town maintaining the top position, cruising around the bend, running so comfortable, peaceful on this Saturday afternoon. It's all Spanish Town with about a 20-meter lead over Maxfield Park, who's in that second position. Coming around as front, as third into home. Spanish Town being cheered on by the schoolmate. He has gone into another gear, passing the entrance of the McDonald Tunnel. It's all about Spanish Town coming home. Can the victory? Can he make it? Yes, he will. And he goes across the line, stops the clock. 1:59.25 seconds for Spanish Town. The gold medal going the way of Spanish Town. Maxfield Park cops the bronze, but 1:59.25 seconds for Spanish Town, getting that gold medal. And I was looking on the tussle. Spanish Town's time is 1:59.25 seconds. Angels is second, 2 minutes 00.34 seconds, and Maxfield Park should be third. Not on the board just as yet. Now it comes at 2 minutes 01.89 seconds.
Yeah, good changes made by Spanish Town Primary, and I think that really propelled them, to get in front. The changeover, especially for that last 400 meters, was well done. Quick cut in by the anchor leg for Spanish Town, and he handled himself, just made sure that he finished. So good performances again. Like I told you, I have minimal complaints and fuss about what these youngsters are doing, but we can only, cheer them on. 2 years of not running, of not competing at a championship, not being able to train as how they would have wanted to because of the pandemic, and here they are. So good running from Spanish Town Primary. Like I said, I think the race was won for them from the start, but the anchor leg just maintained what was done by the other 3 legs. So big performance for them and a good win.
Well, hear the thing about this now. Hear the thing about this. License finished 4th and Greater Portmore finished 5th. So you know the point standings going the way of License over Greater Portmore in this fashion.
That is also very crucial. Like I said, when you look at the point standings, initially tied at 161. So all finals, all points at the moment will be very crucial. You know, those who need to finish in front have to finish in front to see who will come out on top. We move fast now to the next event on track, which is the 4x200 meters. The girls are already on track and looking to go. So that will be followed by the boys event, and then we move into the 4x100 meters, and the mixed relays will close the show for the 4x4. So on track now is the 4x200 meters for girls open.
In lane 1, New Providence with a time of 2 minutes 00.03 seconds. In 2, halfway tree, 2 minutes 00.82 seconds. In 3, you have Greater Portmore, 1 minute 56.89 seconds. In 4, Nagahead, 155.88 seconds. In 5, St. Richards, 156.51. In 6, Rock Hall, 156.42 seconds. In 7, Carisbrook, 209.11. And in 8, Harborview, 159.19 seconds. Again, we see a tussle. Greater Portmore has a great chance of denting the point standings, because guess what? There's no license in this final.
Yeah, no license, and you have 3 big names in Greater Portmore, Nagahead, St. Richards. They have been really good as well. So it's anybody's show at the moment.
So in the girls and boys 4x2, Greater Portmore is there, but no license.
Yeah, I think that will be a big blow for them in terms of their point standings, with wanting to keep close or get ahead of Greater Portmore, who are in the lineup. So I'm sure license looking similar to how we watch with football, wanting someone to do us a favor. They're hoping or praying that Greater Portmore maybe will not win but finish further down the field. But that might be just a dream.
You'll have to ask all 7 other competitors to finish ahead of him.
That's not, and I don't think that will be possible.
Yeah, I don't see
but
it happening.
Exciting times ahead in this event.
Don't see it happening at all. The 4x2 is on us. Girls 4x2, then it will be the boys 4x2. No license in either final. As we get ready, championship winding down. Greater Portmore having played second fiddle in the 800 meter sprint medley to license. However, license did not qualify for the 4x2 finals. Not final, but finals, girls and boys. Again, the lane assignments for this 4x2.
To applaud the officials as well, Sean. They have been tremendous over the last 3 days in terms of the guidance they've provided to these youngsters on track. This, like I said, may be the first time for many of these athletes inside the stadium, and the officials guiding them as best as possible. And I really applaud the officials for the job that they have done.
The medal presentation going on in the middle of the field. Athletes surrounded by the banners and respective sponsors. Well, let's go back to the track for the 4x2. Greater Portmore having a glorious chance to put some points on the board, because License, who have gone ahead unofficially, are not in this final, neither they're in the boys 4x2 final. A reminder, New Providence in 1, Halfway Tree in 2, Greater Portmore in 3. You have Nagahead in 4. In 5, you have St. Richards. In 6, Rock Hall. In 7, Carisbrook. And in 8, Harbour View. Clean break for the opening leg of the girls open 4x2. Harbour View doing well. They are in lane 8 in the neon uniform. Doing well also in lane 4 is Nagahead. Nagahead has gained on St. Richards on the outside. Nagahead having a slight advantage, I think, based on the stagger. May hand over the baton in the top position. Is between Nagahead and Harbour View. Is Nagahead just ahead of Harbour View. Harbour View in lane 8. Nagahead in lane 4. They come around on the second leg after that first exchange. It's Harbour View out in lane 8 in that neon uniform. On the inside, in lane 6, is Rock Hall. Rock Hall trying to put a dent in the proceedings, but in lane 4 is Nagahead. Based on the stagger, I think that's Nagahead and Harbour View are both in front. It's close between the two. Let's see who landed with the baton. It's Harbour View just ahead of Nagahead in second position. And in third is St. Richards. Also moving well in lane 6. Looks to me it is Rock Hall. Rock Hall has gone well on this exchange, the penultimate exchange. Rock Hall out in front, they come over in the top position, just ahead of Nagahead, who is in second, and Greater Portmore, they are in third, but Nagahead gaining on Rock Hall. It's Rock Hall way out in front. Rock Hall, they qualified with a time of 1 minute 56.42 seconds. Rock Hall and Nagahead, that gets Greater Portmore on his ankle leg. It's a diminutive runner from Rock Hall. She's tossing, she's fighting, not allowing the girl from Nagahead to go too far. But here comes Greater Portmore, they're in third. But Nagahead out in front, passing Rock Hall. Greater Portmore also passing Rock Hall. Greater Portmore heading towards the line is Nagahead and Greater Portmore. Greater Portmore fans are standing on their feet because they're cheering on a wonderful, explosive run to carry home the glory, to carry home the gold. 154.06 seconds for Greater Portmore ahead of Nagahead. 154.06 is the flash time. The flags of Greater Portmore, they're waving inside of the National Stadium.
And they're feeling the vibes. I'm sure the athletes are feeling the vibes. Brilliant running from Greater Portmore, 154.06. Brilliant sprinting from that last leg to get by Nagahead and Rock Hall. So good running. Like we said, the points are needed, but that gold medal means more to these athletes. So 154.06, 154.77 for Nagahead. Rock Hall in third, 155.88. Rock Hall, had good legs, but the ankle leg for Greater Portmore, like I said, was just too much for both schools, but nothing to take away from the other medalists.
You're hoping? You're hoping for license?
No, I am not hoping. I said license might be hoping. License, not me. I have no dog in the fight. But really good performance, and like you said, it's going down to the wire because we have another event to come, the 4x200 meters relays for boys, but the 4x1s and the mixed relays, the 4x4 mixed relay to come. So it's not over yet, so it's going to be really good.
It's dependent though, it's dependent on the point standing at the end of this, because guess what? If License not here to make a dent any at all, they have garnered 12 points a while ago, they can get the next 12 points here, and that's 24 points. However, License were in front, and it depended on how many License were in front with in terms of points, and then that 24 will chip away and may put them in front by more than 12, and the last race won't matter.
Interesting times ahead. Interesting times ahead. And like I said, we are full of sports today. Enough for the excitement. And I'm happy that we're able to bring you coverage of the INSPORTS primary championships. It's so delightful. The stadium is buzzing, and I love that. The stadium is buzzing, and it's not seniors competing. The stadium is buzzing with excitement. The track, when you look at the performances, really delightful, and we're able to witness that. Just imagine if more is being done for sports in Jamaica. With the talent that we have, it's undisputed. We're witnessing that. The prep champs to come next week, we'll get to witness some more. And the seniors will be in action in Eugene, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Elaine Thompson era, Sharika Jackson and others, Jahil Hyde. But we go back to what's happening here. Next on track is the equivalent, the boys 4x200 meters relay, before we go into the 4x1s. The boys are at the start and ready to go.
So the boys 4x2, flankers in 1, qualify on the time of 1:52.33 seconds. Windward Road, they're in 2, one-time champions, 1:53.30 seconds. Greater Port more than 3, having a time of 1:53.10. In 4, St. Richards are there, 1:49.53. In 5, Angels Primary, 1:51.12 seconds. Knock ahead, they are in 6th. 1:51.12 seconds was their qualifying time. In 7th, Corinaldi, having a time of 1:54.30. And in lane 8, Harborview, 1:51.39 seconds. St. Richards, they are the favorite. They have a time of 1:49. Greater Portmore with 1:53, not necessarily seeded as one of the better teams.
Not sure what's causing the hold-up. I see a number of the officials having to still be assisting some of the girls and the medical team, but the athletes are ready for the start. Okay, so it's a second exchange leg that's not ready in the 4x2. But I think that is all cleared up and they're ready to go.
So the relays 4x2, and I think they have some exhibition though, because I've seen some preparatory school on it. But the athletes are there in their right position. Box 1 is ready. The white flag is there. Going over to lane 7, that's Corinaldi. He had something in his hand, like a book leaf. Is that his spikes he took off, or his sneakers? So he's probably to run in his sock. In lane 7.
You're assuming my eyesight is better than yours.
Well, they called him over. Well, he called over someone, and they took something from him, like spikes. Spikes
I'm not certain.
Sneakers. The young man in the green shirt there is holding sneakers or spikes in his hands. And I'm looking at Corinaldi's opening leg, and I think that because we were having this discussion before, some athletes like running in spikes, some like, at this age, and some like running without it. So I think he's just wearing his sock.
Whatever gets the job done. They're having fun. Yes, so he opted to take his shoes off. So here's the official walking with his shoes. So he opted to take his shoes off. So the official is bringing it over.
So it's not spikes, it's sneakers.
So it's sneakers. So they're running in their sock.
Yeah, sneakers actually. Maybe he has given his mom from Corinaldi. Again, the lane of silence for the 4x2. Flankers in 1, Windward Road in 2. Greater Portmore is in 3. In 4, St. Richards. In 5, Angels. In 6, Nagahead. In 7, Cornwallis. And in 8, you have Harborview. You realize the noise a while ago, Cornwallis? Because everyone from Cornwallis is around us. They get a chance to cheer.
Yeah, so we're in close position to Cornwallis, Greater Portmore, Spanish Town. Yesterday we had, the first 2 days we had Jericho
around us.
Yeah, so now Greater Portmore, they're right below us. Spanish Town, the same. And on our left hand, it's Cornwallis.
Well, let's see after this. Okay, Fabian, you got this. That's what the parents said. It's a parent.
They're excited, watching their youngsters, their children. Okay. And they're ready.
Starter on his rostrum, pistol pointed in the ear. It's the start of the boys 4x200 meters. Flankers, Widward Road, Greater Portmore, St. Richards, Angels, Nagahead, Cornwallis, and Harborview. Nagahead going well, also Cornwallis. Being cheered on by a young lady with pink hair. But it is a Nagahead in lane 6 as gained on Cornwallis. Seems like they'll hand over the baton in the top position. It's all about the team called Nagahead. They're way out in front. They're coming around the bend in that top position. On the outside of Cornwallis is Harborview in lane 8 in the neon. And third looks to be like Cornwallis. That's the top 3 at the present time. But Nagahead on the second leg, sprinting away from the rest of the field. They're in command, in large and in charge. So it is all about Cornwallis cheering on, but all Nagahead in that top position. Going around the bend in lane 4. It is St. Richards swimming into that second position. All the Angels is in third at the present time, but way out in front is Nagahead. Nagahead in that top position. Once after Cornwallis, they'll drop at the back of the pack. But Angels, and then talking about Angels, St. Richards in that second position. But now the team called Nagahead, way out in front on this anchor leg. With about a 10-meter lead, Nagahead maintaining the top position. Here comes Angel. They want to fly and take the top position. They're still into that second position. Over the athlete is running in lane 3 from Angels. But it is Nagahead rocking and rolling, taking the boy 4x2. Harborview are still into third. And certainly Nagahead taking the top spot. Oh, the youngster from St. Richards has pulled, has cramped up. Harborview finishes in second, but Nagahead takes the top spot, 148.09. Harborview second. St. Richards was in second, but the anchor leg athlete cramped up and stopped just before going across the line. 148.09 seconds for Nagahead.
Good running there from Nagahead. They started very well and they finished just the same. Big performance from all 4 legs. I think that they deserve that round of applause and all the excitement. All 4 legs distributed well. St. Richards, like you said, unfortunate for their athlete. He was in third on the podium and seemed to have caught a cramp. But what a performance from Nagahead for that victory. Solid four legs, I think, for the team. And not much to complain about when you looked at the beautiful sprinting and changes made from the 4 boys.
Well, Harborview finished second in that event, 150.19 seconds. And Angels in third, 150.79, while Nagahead 148.08 were the winners. They were the favorites to take the top spot, and they followed on that path to take the boys open 4x2. And we're waiting to give you the point standings, though.
The next event on track will be the 4x100 meters relay. And those athletes are already taking the markers.
I think this is an invitation, a prep school. We'll get confirmation on that soon. Hey, hey, hey. And I'm not Fat Albert though. But guess what? We have gotten the point standings, and I don't think this point standings is before the 4x2s. This is the point standings before the 4x2s a short while ago. I'm going to give you the top 10. I'm not going to give you boys and girls. Just give you the top 10 overall.
Make it snappy, because guess what? The 4x1s are about to start, but I want to hear, like the viewers, I want to hear.
Halfway through, they're 10th with 30 points. 9th, John Mills, 38.50 points. Harbour View, they're 8th with 45 points. 7th is Windward Road with 47 points. 6th, Coronaldi with 63 points. In 5th, St. Richards with 79 points. In 4th, Spanish Town with 115 points. In 3rd, Nagahead with 135 points. In 2nd, Greater Portmore with 165 points. And 1st is License with 183 points. 183 points, the Greater Portmore's 165, and I think this is before the 4x2s.
Interesting. Like we said, going down to the wire. And I mean, this is how a championship should be. Why run away with a championship? What fun is that? The work being done throughout the region, the work being done by the coaches, but most importantly, the performances that we have seen over the 3 days from these athletes and what we saw and witnessed throughout the region since the start of May, really tremendous. So for us to be here, you know, bringing the viewership, bringing the meet right here on Track Alerts, this is why the people are tuned in to see all the excitement, who will win, and you have to literally wait maybe until the final event, and I love it. The boys are on track. Well, the boys and girls are on track. Okay, so the girls are on track for the 4x1 girls relay.
I'm going to say something though. I'm going to say something. So this is a 4x1. So let me go back to what I was saying. 183 to 165. Now we know that the 165 jumped to 177 because they won the 4x2, the first 4x2, Greater Portmore. Now they did not come first, second, or third in the second 4x2. So just maybe both teams are tied on 183. Not official. Not official.
Do not listen to Sean.
Not official. No, but it's before the 4x2 though.
Like I said, you know, despite all of that, Greater Portmore had the lead yesterday and earlier when we gave the first point standings. But we told you initially that License were 24 points behind. Then the second point standings that we gave you, it was tied at 161. Here we are now. A ding-dong battle. The girls are on track for the 4x100 meters relay.
So I didn't get the scores though. So you won't hear the commentary from me though, but it's an invitation race and we don't have the lane assignments. Do apologize for that.
first stage of 140 meters now. On the outside, which side people will compete and will be going on the next stage. Also, St. Peter's Paul, the Manuel Teaching Academy, as they come out to the second stage of 140 meters now. So, on the inside, St. Peter's, Elaine McLeod, St. Peter's Paul, the green wall, line number 4, and the business over the final stage of the night. Followed by Manuel Teaching Academy. So, that will be a big finish here. Manuel Teaching Academy, so for now. And even though this one, so line number 5, with Manuel Teaching Academy. St. Peter's Paul, line number 4. Taking second.
What happened there? I don't want persons to be laughing. Come on, don't laugh. It happens. It happens. So just a reminder of the point standings though. Just a reminder though, we don't have a schedule for the invitational races. There are 2 4x1s. Prep schools were invited for 2 invitational races. I know St. Peter and Paul is in 4 and Mona is in 6. But just to give you though a reminder of the top 5. St. Richards, they're 5th with 79 points. Spanish Town 4th with 115. In 3rd, now ahead, 135. In 2nd, Greater Portmore with 165. And 1st, License with 183. Saw some parents cheering on. Emmanuel taking the top spot in that event. Ankle leg runner looking speedy. And Mona Prep finishing in 3rd. Tachashano, I need to ask you this question though. I was told this morning when I was here waiting on the meet to start, because I thought it was going to start at 10 o'clock. Well, I was told this morning starting at 11, that the youngsters that attend high school have to use scandal bags to put on their pants.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I've never heard of it before.
Because the thing is, some of the boys depending on how they want to wear their school pants or their jeans. They purchase the pants or buy the pants or get it made. They, well, not get it made because they would have to get it to fit. But they tack the sides close to from the knee down to the ankle. So it has that slim fit. Some go all the way up to the hip whenever they adjust the size. When they take it in, you know, when they go dressmaker or tailor, you ask them to take in.
I've never been to a dressmaker.
Tailor. That's why I said dressmaker or tailor, to take in the side of the pants.
Okay.
Or take in your clothes.
I hardly lose weight.
So when they do that, they put the scandal bag and then they pull it over it. 'Cause remember, scandal bag is slippery, so anything can slide over it.
Really?
Yeah, so you didn't know that? You just learned that this morning?
This morning.
Oh my God.
A good friend of mine told me that.
Yeah, they want the slim fit.
So they put the scandal bag over their feet and just, oh locks.
Yeah. I mean, I cannot understand or fathom the process. Like, why not just wear your size?
And when they take it off, what happens?
No, you want me to dabble into the people in my household? I don't know how it come off. I have no idea.
You don't use scandal bag.
Clearly not, no. But I don't mind, you know, watching men in fitted attire, right? But nothing. It should not be tight, like leggings. I don't like that. But if you want to wear your clothes to close fit, I can understand that. But the tight, the slim, like what women would wear, like the skinny jeans, I'm not about. I don't like seeing it. But I mean, whatever makes them comfortable.
I'm just talking about the scandal bag, you know.
I know. I'm just saying that's the purpose of the scandal bag. You know, with the pants. For a lot of them, in order to get it over, to get it on, that's what they do. Yeah. But the society we live in.
Yeah. We're going to take a very, very short break because we want to give you the updated point standings. We don't have you here and not give you the updated point standings before the final event, which is a 4x4 mixed relay. So we have to give you the updated point standings before that final event. So I'm going to go and look about it now and see if we can come back and give the viewers the updated point standings. But the latest point standings are a reminder though, and I think it was before the 4x2 license. 183 in first, Greater Portmore 165 in second, Naga Head 135 in third, and Spanish Town 115 in fourth. St. Richards, they have 79 points in fifth position.
The nation's top primary school athletes will be on show this May at the 2022 INSPORTS Junior Boys and Girls Athletics Championships from May 26 to 28 in South National Stadium. 3 days of intense competition, brilliant performances, and non-stop action from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. Close to 1,000 athletes from almost 50 schools will battle for the right to be called national champions. Admission is free, so come out in your colors and cheer on the athletes on their way to glory. May 26 to 28 in South National Stadium, the INSPORTS Junior Boys and Girls Athletics Championships. The future is here.
I'm so happy we have a second shelter that is ready to accept our women and their children who have had abusive situations, and we need to move them from that kind of situation into a shelter.
The environment is quite therapeutic. It is evident that this is a place to heal.
It's exactly the type of place you'd go to, I think, if your soul needed a rest as well as your body. So I think they've done a remarkable job, really thoughtful, thought about, quiet spaces, family spaces.
The shelters are important in terms of providing an option. But someone can go, they can be safe, and they can start to put their lives back together.
We are doing something about protecting our women. We have facilities that are ready.
Eh? No, I'm sure the point studies.
Yeah, but may I say, you saying that there was a disqualification for the 4x2 person? I don't know.
Test. Good. Good. So we do apologize for the non-voices you heard, because you didn't hear anything actually. We had some technical difficulties. We have worked on it though. But while
You saw you being busy. I heard some of the point standings, but our viewers are patiently awaiting.
the point standings you heard wasn't this.
No, so
I made sure I do the calculations with the room.
see, so our viewers are awaiting the update before the final event, and the athletes are coming out soon.
Can I tell you something? The final event doesn't matter, because the final event doesn't hold the two teams are fighting for the title.
Tell us more.
I'm going to tell you more. Now, we did not factor in the long jump which was going on. Now, the long jump was just completed. And one individual for a particular school actually won the long jump. But there could be others that could actually mount a challenge in terms of could be two from another school that could get more points. But guess what? Let me give you the top 10. Can I give you the top 10?
Yes, and you have the time.
All right, I do. Overall rankings, it's after the 4x2s. In 10th position, you have Angels with 36 points. In 9th, John Mills, you have 38.50 points. In 8th, Windward Road, you have 58 points. In 7th, Harbour View with 60 points. In 6th, Corinaldi with 66 points. In 5th, St. Richards with 87 points. In 4th, Spanish Town with 127 points. In 3rd, Naga Head with 164 points. In second, Greater Portmore with 190 points. And in first, License Primary with 197 points. So License, after the 4x2, they're leading 197 over Greater Portmore, 190 points.
Wow. Like I said, we knew it would have been close, but this is nail-biting close, riveting stuff, very riveting. But good to see that this level of competition we're able to experience after 2 years of not having the championship. So brilliant stuff from License and also Greater Portmore with the excitement that they have provided, but also for all the other schools who have competed and have done so tremendously. I think that they all deserve a round of applause. The big money being given to the winners and to the top 5 by the Minister of Sports and INSPORTS, a job well done.
Yeah, I mean, it had glitches here and there. So, not official just yet because the long jump results are not in terms on the track though. License 197, Greater Portmore 190 after the 4x2s. And the mixed 4x4, I don't see License out there, and I don't see Greater Portmore.
Yeah, very interesting. Like I said, not having both schools, despite not being, or based on our what we can see, if they're to not show or factor a team in this 4x4 mixed relay, or maybe they're running late, or like I said, even if they're absent, what they have been able to do has been tremendous. The results for to come in this 4x4 will not affect, like you said, whether the first place or the second. Naga Head gave it a really good shot. Coming third, they have been so dominant over the years, and still to factor in the top 3 is tremendous. It's good business for and argues well for their school. Carnaldi, very impressive. Windward Road, and all others.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. And persons are asking where did license get points from, because the last point standing we gave them was 183, and they said could be from the long jump, which is true. Could be from the long jump, because the long jump was completed earlier on. We don't know if the long jump points were tallied with this, so I don't know just yet. And but this is the latest point standings I received from the technical room. So 197 and 190. The patrons inside the National Stadium have not heard this point standings as yet.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Like we said, no surprises about what we have witnessed over the 3 days and all the brilliant performances and everything that has transpired here today, the final day of the INSPORTS Primary School Championships. So the athletes are out. The speech being given at the moment, not sure what is being said, by the president of the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association, J3As, Garth Gale. But the athletes are out and really ready to go for the mixed 4x4 relays.
It's great to have speakers at the junior event, but it's not great to have too much. Because the attention span of these children are not great at this present time. So you may have a word and then move on. Garth Gale delivered a speech which wasn't long.
The speech should have been given maybe before the start of the final day. Along with, it could have maybe been sent by an email.
You're terrible.
I mean, the pandemic has taught us that a lot of what we usually create excitement about can be done via an email. No? You don't agree?
I don't agree or disagree. So in any case, I don't agree or disagree, but I can tell you this much though, in terms of agreeing. I know. Is the match started yet, Real Madrid?
Yes, it has started. 9 minutes into action.
So in any case, the speech is being delivered. So the point standings reaching us again, the same point standings we received. And don't do like that, Trish. The reason why they actually gave us, they don't know that I got it. I got it direct. So it has to go out to everyone and then be issued out. So I got it before it was issued out to everyone.
You're working, you know. We have viewers to attend to. We cannot wait for stadium announcements and all of that. Our viewers will become impatient. So just to remind you quickly, while the speech is taking place, I'm not sure how many persons are listening. The kids seem to be having a whale of a time in the stands. But the others for the mixed relays also ready to go. So quickly, the top 10 Angels Primary, 36 in 9th. John Mills on 38.5. 8th, Windward Road Primary, 58. Harborview in 7th on 60. Cornaldy in 6th with 66. In 5th, St. Richard's, 87. In 4th, Spanish Town, 127. And in 3rd, Nagahead, 164. In 2nd at the moment, and like we said, the final relay to come, the mixed 4x4 relay, we're not seeing Greater Portmore or license, but in 2nd place, Greater Portmore on 190, license ahead with 197. So if it should stand, it could be that license just might walk away victorious by 7 points ahead of Greater Portmore. So the school from St. Catherine in 2nd and the school from the east, they are leading. So that's the point standings, and this is before the final event that will go shortly. The 4x4 mixed relay.
So a representative of the Ministry of Sport is there, just delivering a speech to the gathering inside of the grandstand at the National Stadium. And just a reminder, though, of the winning school getting $500,000 And Lysis, who won the Eastern section, will get about 750,000. I think they won 250,000 for winning the Eastern region.
Sean, and you know my view. I believe that the government should do more for sports in Jamaica, especially track and field, where we have had our numbers, our greatest success stories. I mean, the government, I know, give a lot to football. The Reggae Boys' last qualification was back in 1998. They will miss this year's World Cup. The women are to come with their qualifications coming up in July. But like I said, for the rich tradition and what the athletes have done on the track and in the field for Jamaica over the decades, more should be done. So I'm happy for the money that will be given to, I think, the top 5 schools, but more should be done going forward, and it's very disturbing. I don't think anyone locked into our viewership right now will disagree. More should be done by the government so that the show can continue to go on to greater things.
Well, I agree with you, but they are doing something because introducing this prize money is a lot. So they're stepping in the right direction.
I agree. And can only get better going forward. So the final event about to come out on track. The athletes have been waiting anxiously, and it's a 4x4 mixed relay, boys and girls. This will be extremely intriguing and enthralling to see. I'm sure the boys with any girls on the legs will be so disappointed if the girls should beat them. They're kids, they're not like seniors, but it should be good.
So as we look as Cornali coming out, Naldi Lightning, as they call themselves. Naga Head is also there, lane 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have news for you.
As we look around on the 8 competitors.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have news for you.
So the point standings now will be read to the persons inside the National Stadium.
The final score event was the long jump for men. Winning that event, Yohan's party license 5.02 meters.
So they're reading the long jump results. And they give the point standings right after. So the final team scores. So the 4x4 mixed won't be added to the points tally. So the PA announcer dragging it out.
standings.
So the 4x4 mixed will be added to the points tally. So by our points tally, we have License as the champions and Greater Portmore finishing second, while Nagahead finishing third overall. On the female side, Greater Portmore to the top spot ahead of License, 100 to 93. And on the boys' side, License to the top spot ahead of Nagahead, 104 to 100. Greater Portmore, they are third with 90 points. 4x4 mixed relay. Nagahead, Brampton, Asher, St. Patrick's, Carnally, and Shortwood. Athlete in lane 4 came right across. Athlete in lane 8, pardon me, came right across in lane 1. Oh my. So a lot of collision going on, and I think that most teams should be getting disqualified.
Yeah, now wondering if the instructions were made clear, because some athletes were uncertain if they should cut over. Usually, so they were not to cut over because the cones weren't there. So I'm not sure what will happen.
Well, Shortwood trying to come back into the mix-up. They're in third, passing Nagahead. Carnally is in fourth. So in mixed relay 4x4 on the inside is Nagahead. And the girl running that second leg. Cornell is in fourth. Shortwood is in fifth, pardon me. St. Patrick's also there. So Carnaldi, who's in that third position. Nagahead also there. On his third leg. Nagahead is second. Carnaldi is third. Interesting it is though. As persons are wondering with track and field happening here at the National Stadium. Four by four makes us a leg to go. Many persons are expecting Nagahead to come through. They have a boy on ankle. Ronaldi is in third. But Nagahead has taken over. He's hand over the baton in the top position. John Mills is in second. And Cornell is in third. So John Mills, the girls on ankle, has gained somewhat on Nagahead. Have gone by Nagahead. Cornaldi also is in third. Have a lot of work to do past the entrance for the marathon tunnel for the final time, the 2022 championships. This is the INSPORTS Primary Boys and Girls Track and Field Championships. John Mills way out in front. Kernaldi in third. Nagahead in second. John Mills with the golden ankle. Can't hold the bacon. Kernaldi is in second. But here comes Nagahead. In the presence of Kernaldi. And Nagahead caught in the deficit and has gone by John Mills in first. Kernaldi for that second spot going on the inside for John Mills. So Nagahead ahead of Kernaldi and John Mills third. Short in fourth. Interesting. I thought though that John Mills had it.
What I will say was brave performance from her. She saw the number of boys on her leg. She was the only girl. She decided to go for it and play catch me if you can. They're on the podium because only two were able to pass her. So good effort from the young lady. Not having enough though to finish how she would have wanted. But John Mills, they looked good on most of their legs. But a big performance from Nagahead to come through for the win, and Kernaldi for second.
Well, there are two races in a 4x4. Does the end here. Then the second heat coming out. Our second heat, our second section, the 4x4 mixed. Here are the horns blowing. That's from the Naldi lining, Kernaldi. Spectators enjoying the second place. And the drums. I'm bouncing all along. 432.26 for Nagahead. Kernaldi 433.60. Third is John Mills 433.89. Athletes are standing behind their respective blocks. Well, there's no blocks actually. And I wonder what's happening in that game between Liverpool and Real Madrid.
0-0 at the moment.
Oh.
25 minutes into action. Karim Benzema just now. Well, no, it would not have been Benzema. I think. I'm not seeing who took the shot. Had Alisson not been good with the hands, maybe there would have been one. But Liverpool should have scored as well. So both teams, I think, after a late start, now starting to settle in the game. So 25 minutes into the first half.
So in terms of Class 1 and Class 2 champions, Class 1 champion on the female side, Kayla Sina from license, gained 15 points. Trisha-Ann Grant, Greater Portmore, 14 points. Class 1 male champion, Mario Ross from license, 18 points. Dwayne Sharp of Waterford, 14 points, he was second. And surprise, surprise, Class 2 female champion, a 300 and 200 meters winner.
No surprise. She has done the work and very deserving. Tixaria Johnson of Exchange Primary. Big performances, and like I said, her only 11 years old, and her performances have really put Exchange into the mix in terms of the points.
18 points coming from her. Joanna Harris of Seaforth was second in the Class 2 champion, 16 points. For male Class 2 was Tyler Morgan with 16 points. St. Richard's Primary. And Abika Henshwood, 16 points also. So both tying on 16 points. Both both getting the top spot for the Class 2 Boys Championship. Holy Rosary, Henchwood. For the Class 3 champion on the girls' side, Briana Gale of Woodlands, 16 points. And Kiana Constable of Windward Road, 10 points. She was second. CO2, D'Amico Baxter, of license, was second, tying with Constable. On the boys' side, Jordan Fenton of Spanish Town took the top spot. He is the Class 3 champion with 18 points. Khalid Raymond of license and Shadane Gale of license both tied on 13 points for the second position in the Class 3 Boys Championship.
All very deserving based on the performances we have now seen over the 3 days.
In Class 4, it was Michael Parkinson of Windward Road, 9 points, ahead of Jeffona McKenzie, Nagahill, 7 points. Class 4 champion for boy, Jade Allen, Seaforth, 9 points, over Dorado McLean from Nagahill, 7 points. Overall champion on the girls' side, Miss Johnson from Exchange. Texira Johnson, 18 points under her belt. Adriana Harris from Seaforth, 16. Rihanna Gale, Woodlands, 16. Johan Scotty, 13 points. Age 13, from license, 18 points. On the boys' side, Ross of license, 18 points. He's 12 years old. And Fenton from Spanish Town with 18 points. All he's 10 years old. Overall champion.
Lane 6, New Providence. Lane 7, South Savannah. And Lane 8, Carricksbrook.
Final event. Second section, the mixed relay. New Providence in 6. Savannah in 7 and Carricksbrook in lane 8. How has the championship been for you? Because at the end of this race, we end our broadcast here.
I think it has been very good. We saw over since the month of May started on the different regionals, and it was needed because we have had schools back in 2019 and 18 complain about the money needed that they had to spend to come into Kingston for the 3 or 4 days of the championship. Keeping the championships regionally, I think, would have helped a lot of schools financially and also in sports. So I love the format that they have taken, similar to the model of the Issa Boys and Girls Championships with corporate, Eastern, Western, and I think it has worked well here. So the 3 days, I think it is very manageable for INSPORTS and all the schools involved.
So Carricksbrook will hand over the baton in the top position. New Providence is there. So to Massfield Park. So Massfield Park and New Providence handing over the baton at the same time. But in terms of improvement of the meet, though, would you say that what area would you want it to improve on?
More organization. It needs to be more organized. I think that will help with the time efficiency of the meet. So that is very necessary. And I think, just making sure that money is more involved so that we can see better from the schools, whether it be for equipment and all other things that are necessary. They say it takes cash to care, and once more money is involved, I think it can be better and better organization from INSPORTS, the Minister of Sports regarding it, and the
nitpicks you can say, but major thing for me would be the timing, as Carricksbrook were out in front. There with the baton in third position, Maxfield there in fourth. But indeed, putting the athletes out on time, but the start time was a problem.
Efficiency is needed, greatly needed. And I think, like I said, it's not from any one area, but all areas. Proper organization is needed. And I think that will help with the time and everyone involved.
So Carisbrook, after being urged to run faster because on the last leg will be a girl. New Providence in third.
They have a very good anchor leg. Sinclair, we saw her ran very well in the 800 meters. Let's see, I think it would be safe to say they might be the winner, Carisbrook, based on how she would have done. But 250 meters to go.
Well, let's see if she can maintain the lead of about 30 or 40 meters set by her teammate. She's trying to extend it, and she's doing just that. With about 200 meters to go. It's Carisbrook, the team from the western end of the island, want to close off the 2022 championship in style. They have now a 45-meter lead, call it 50-meter lead in this final event on the track. With the drums of Natalie Lining beating, they're not on the track, but they are supporting. On the heading with 40 meters to go. She's a young lady, but the young man is trying to reel her in. Can't do just that. Carisbrook takes the gold and takes the pie. The last event of the 2022 INSPORTS Primary Track and Field Championship started in the eastern end at Stadium East, went to GC Foster for the central, and then to Stets for the western, culminating with the All-Ireland title, All-Ireland Championship right here at the National Stadium.
We have seen wonderful performances over the 3 days. No need to talk about the times because I think other than Tixira Johnson with the records, the times were not very impressive. But guess what? That's understandable because of the pandemic. No competition for 2 years, no school as well because of the pandemic. But really good going by the coaches, the teachers at the school would have helped, the parents who support these children, and the children themselves for being so determined for the month of May competing, and also over the 3 days at the final staging of the championships.
So, we look just to give you a recap in terms of the points. Top 10 on the girls' side, John Mills 25.50, 9th Harborview 30 points, in 8th Rock Hall with 34 points, in 7th St. Richards with 36 points, in 6th Spanish Town they have 44 points, in 5th Windward Road they have 50 points, in 4th Corinaldi with 51 points, in 3rd Naga Head they have 64 points, in 2nd Lyses with 93 points, and 1st Greater Portmore with 100 points. Top 10 on the boys' side. Shortwood, they're 10th with 16 points. Also Holy Rosary, they have 16 points. In 9th, Halfway Trees, 17 points. In 8th, Maxfield, they have 21 points. In 7th, Harborview, 30 points. In 6th, Angels, they have 32 points. In 5th, St. Richards, 51 points. In 4th, Spanish Town with 83 points. In 3rd, Greater Portmore, 90 points. In 2nd, Naga Head with 100 points. And 1st, License, they have 104 points. That's on the boys' side. And overall, in terms of the top 10.
So the combined points, the top 10, Angels Primary 36, John Mills 38 and a half, Windward Road 58 in 8th, Harborview 7th on 60, Cornaldy 6th with 66, St. Richards 5th 87, Spanish Town Primary 4th 127, and the top 3, Naga Head 164, Greater Portmore 190 for second, and License Champions on 197. So those are the point standings before the 4x400 meters mixed relay and the 4x. Yeah.
And that's not added to the points tally.
Not added to it.
So the 4x4 mixed relay not added to the points tally. As we just say, it has been wonderful bringing you this meet here this afternoon, and we hope to do it again next year. Shoshana McGowan, Sean Grant in the house. I have to big up the entire production team. I have to big up everyone, the cameramen and the person who work behind the staff. We're happy to bring you
so happy. We have a second shelter that is ready to accept our women and their children who have had abusive situations, and we need to move them from that kind of situation into a shelter.
The environment is quite therapeutic. It is evident that this is a place to heal.
It's exactly the type of place you'd go to, I think, if your soul needed a rest as well as your body. So I think they've done a remarkable job, really thoughtful, thought about, quiet spaces, family spaces.
The shelters are important in terms of providing an option. But someone can go, they can be safe, and they can start to put their lives back together.
We are doing something about protecting our women. We have facilities that are ready.